Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah!
Yay!
Still gonna work on that cheer. Not quite getting that. I don't know, maybe Italian or something. Something like that.
I'm Christiana Ellis. I'm the Dungeon Master, and tonight our players are Mark Kilfoyle as Alaric,
How's it going?
Starla Hutchton as Nira,
Greetings and salutations.
Vivid Muse as Amethyst,
Good evening.
and Chooch Schubert as Otterkey. Otterkey. I always feel like you kind of say it with an R sound in there, and it always throws me.
Targy.
Otterkey.
Just add an H.
So he's pirated.
Archie.
Oh, he can't hyper pirate. Hello.
And collectively, they are known as the Heroes of Legend.
Plus one.
Sort of.
Plus two. No, I think you qualify as a hero of legend.
I think
for
the
sure.
party is Heroes of Legend. Is how
I believe
think
so.
of it. Yeah.
I get to write the epic poem later on the Survivor.
Right on.
So,
You guys all go back to your own time. I'm there.
last
Picking up the
time,
pieces. Sorry.
that's all right. Last time, you guys made your way back to the surface after defeating the incredibly ancient and powerful lake spirit of Lake Elamon, and returned to the surface to see what other consequences that might have had. And what you discovered is that by choosing to have the spiritual energy dispersed rather than formed into a new powerful spirit, little spirits that are very new and I'm struggling for the word. They are ready to be shaped.
They're like toddlers.
Yes,
they're
they're
toddler
all
toddler
over the
spirits.
place, including wreaking havoc in the populated areas near the lake, causing some chaos, but not universally bad, but some of it a little bit destructive. But you also had a couple of other things happen. One is that you received a message in code, sort of magical code, from your ally, Melicanth, the wizard, and she told you that you are all now being hunted and that you should meet her where you met each other. You concluded that meant Gorn. And I just remembered that I did not update the map for you. Meant to, forgot. But you were also you were also told not to trust anyone with power. And as if summoned by that ominous warning,
The first thing we did.
your old friend Sitzlebeck, the river spirit / dragon, is now much more powerful because he's not having to share his river with the spirit of the lake. And he offered to essentially take over the territory of the lake and calm it down some. But you encouraged him not to do that, and he was inclined to be gracious about it because he had just gotten a bunch of new power anyway, so didn't need to be greedy about it. But so he dropped you off back at the lakeside town of Elamantia, that is currently dealing with a lot of brand new spirits, and it's a little crazy, but you were able to successfully defeat a Hydra that had grown up out of the middle of a house, becoming a Houstra, and you were able to save the little girl who was trapped inside, but alas, there were two of the passerby townsfolk who were killed by the monster before you could take it down. And that's where we
Only
left you.
two. Can we say only two?
You did heal two of the four.
Spin
that
doctor
were-
there.
We got rid of him before he hurt the girl or got anybody else.
No, hey, you guys saved the town. You slayed a monster. There's no question about it. But it did manage to kill two people.
Yes, the Houstra managed to kill two people.
Yes, it did.
Dodging blame as much as possible here.
I'm
None of it
not.
had
I'm
house
not
insurance.
blaming you guys for killing those townsfolk. The monster killed them.
It's a coping mechanism.
Autarky did heal himself while standing over the unconscious body of one of them, but
He prefers to
We're not letting that
himself.
one go, dude.
True.
maybe that was one of the ones that was already dead. Maybe.
This strategy, there was 110% execute.
It's the airplane oxygen mask rule, I guess. Maybe that's what he was following.
Yeah, well, that's what you claimed at the time. So
It's called pure neutral.
that's where we left things. Everybody who witnessed this defeat of the monster was cheering you on and very appreciative that you have slayed this monster. But there's also still a lot going on. It is now well after sunset, so it's kind of dark. The weather is starting to get cool. It's not going to likely dip below freezing, but it's jacket weather for sure. And the town is still kind of got a lot of activity for this time, especially compared to how ominously quiet it was before.
Which way to the horses?
You heading right for him?
We're near the water, but the water's moved, I think.
You are kind of in a sort of a central plaza of the city, up beyond where it had been flooded before. So it's still kind of muddy, where there had been some liquid, but, so I guess I take it back. You're in one of the squares that had been flooded, but is no longer flooded.
I say to the horses, we could spend years in this chaos. And it needs to be the followers and the worshippers that need to set the religion, I think. I don't try to get mixed up in that stuff.
That's what I say.
As long as nobody's, actively being hurt, though.
Well, right, yeah.
Well, there don't
Dangling
seem
little
to
bells
be
notwithstanding.
any other dangerous creatures or spirits of the nature that the Haustra was in the area. That's not to say that some couldn't show up somewhere, but there are certainly none that you are aware of at this time.
Probably got
Nope,
some guards.
not
Maybe
hearing
we could-
anything.
Maybe we could warn them. Like, that thing was
Nope.
growing heads.
I don't think we should, yeah. Then we'll be answering questions and, yeah. Alaric, I know that you really like to talk to people and get to know them, but until we get this threat under control, we need to just kind of heads down, help where there's an immediate life-threatening need, and otherwise just get to the meeting and figure out what we need to do next. That's where I'm coming from on it.
Yeah, I guess this really sounds pretty important. So, yeah, I'm eager to meet this Melicanth person. Talk so much about her.
Pretty pleasant.
So, at this point, while you're having this chat, one of the townsfolk who is dressed slightly nicer than the others has kind of come up and sort of standing awkwardly by, like,
Sorry about the house. There was a thing.
well, it wasn't mine, so no need to apologize to me.
Okay.
Well, have a nice
Here,
day
Arthur.
then. We'll be on our way. Have a
we
good
could,
one.
I
We'll see
was
you
just
soon.
going to... okay then. All right. Good, safe travels. Thank you for slaying the monster.
Anybody else want to talk to him? Because otherwise I'm going to summon some birds or something.
Let's go.
All right, yeah, so
Side
through
quest.
his telepathic connection with Vengeance, Autarky can lead you guys straight to where you left the horses.
All right.
They are a little bit messy right now because you kind of left them where it was sort of partially flooded still, and they look like they're hungry and kind of irritable, but otherwise healthy.
Well, let's get them out to the grass so they can, eat, out of town where there is grass.
Yeah, it's no longer flooded here, but still kind of the ground soggy because it was about a foot of water when you left it last. So, but you can certainly go ahead and sort of hitch them up, get everything together, and hit the road. Which direction are you going?
Which direction?
Words Gorn.
Yeah, it was like there was like a
let's
main
see,
road,
Round
right?
Lake or
So
something.
we head for the main road.
Yeah,
That'll take
you would
us
be
south.
heading approximately northwest to go in that direction.
Does Goodberry work on humanoids only, or does it work on horses too?
Yeah, it works on anything, any creature, I think.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pop some good berries for everybody and see if the horses, if it helps them at all with, because I'm guessing we're not gonna hit McDonald's on the way to town or anything. We just need to hit the road.
Sure,
There's probably McDonald's. There's a whole bunch of animals.
I would think that the horses, probably by virtue of not really understanding magic, are nutritionally satisfied, but feeling like they still haven't eaten and are thus still kind of irritable. Not so much that you're having any real trouble controlling them, but they're in a mood.
The hangry.
And also, even though they've just been standing around all day, you are taking them out at night, and they're a little bit anxious about that as well.
I can't do much for that, and horses make me nervous, but I can use a little prestidigitation to try to get some of the caked off mud off, just to make my peace.
Well, I say we head towards the main road and find a spot to camp
Yeah.
So
because
you
we're
have
tired.
you have a couple of choices. You are relatively near where the Sitzlebek River intersects with the lake. That would be a little bit west of you. Yeah, so where you guys are, if you travel directly west, you will need to cross the river at some point. But what you could do is either try to cross the river I guess the question is, there's a road that runs along the river, which you could do if you like, staying sort of close to Sitzlebek's, territory, domain, so to speak. But that leads you back up towards New Crossing, which is north of Gorn. If you wanted to head more directly towards Gorn, but avoiding the larger roads, you could also do that.
I don't know that we want to get bogged down in New Crossing. We could be
Yeah, they might
recognized.
ask us for another show, and I don't think we're equipped for that anymore.
Oh yeah, the shell's blocking the dragon wings.
Oh,
Dragon wings. They really don't talk that much.
So maybe not sticking
great,
to the main road, like hitting the smaller ones.
Could
to
you
go
give
more
the
directly
horses
there?
water walking and just cross the river?
Well, there are bridges here and there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Little bridge.
Yeah. And in fact, there's one, not too far from the lake itself. So, just for this purpose exactly, which is people who are going to need to cross the river. So, and then from there, you can head more directly west in the, not bird's eye, as the birds fly, direction towards Gorn instead of following the bigger road along the river.
Awesome.
Do we got
But-
any food?
Well, so that's I guess what I was going to ask is that what is your plan specifically, because you are setting out after sundown. Are you and
Can we do any fishing?
Sure.
I mean, I think
Do you have
Andrew
fishing
can
poles?
No, I don't.
Got javelins.
Use spear fishing.
I've got javelins. I can breathe underwater and
I can throw a
30
orb at that.
30-foot swim speed.
I mean, you all just ate good berries, so you weren't necessarily
we're not-
hungry. But if you wanted to get any supplies or something, I mean, you're just leaving a city.
Yeah, they probably don't have much left.
I'll leave that to you guys.
Yeah.
What
They're
do
looking
you
at
guys
trouble
think?
times, and I can hunt tomorrow.
Yeah. So we'll hunt as we go, and yeah.
So, Andrew, is there anything that you know of that we need, that we should grab, that we should stock up on before we go? Our trusty directional.
Well,
Jeez.
with you traveling with you guys, it's never exactly an ordinary journey.
So it's fair. Fair.
I mean,
Truth.
you know, we still have some travel rations and so on. A little bit, you know, if we're going to only be going overland a couple of days, and if Gorn's not too far, and especially the terrain we're going to be traveling through is, you know, all things considered, it's not that dangerous. It's kind of we're not it's not the main road, but it's also a well-trafficked, trade road. So I'm not too worried about finding what we need.
Well, usually we find a cusp of trees and just...
Yeah. What I will remind you
little
guys, though, is because we haven't had to deal with it since we left Villa Nocta, really, is that once we're back on the main roads, you're going to be dealing with checkpoints again.
Well, don't we have papers? We have papers now.
I'm not saying you don't have papers. I'm saying you guys are suspicious.
That's a fact of life, yeah.
Does Alaric have papers? Can't
I was in
remember.
a hole for 4 years.
Right.
I remember having need paper.
But when we left, did we get papers or anything for him, or did we not think of it?
Didn't think of it.
Yeah.
Now, that said, what you do recall is that humans, halflings, and dwarves were the races that were more or less allowed to go where they wanted.
Right.
All right, just you suspicious folk have to worry
Yes.
about it.
Hey. Yeah, things have become a bit... paranoid.
Profiling.
That's not to say you won't be asked questions, but you didn't need like specific permission.
Cool.
A nice little camp spot.
Nira, any requests before we leave the civilized zone?
No, I'm just ready to get on with it.
Yeah. I want a nap. I'm ready for sleep.
How long are you gonna travel tonight before making camp?
It's you said is it like it's nighttime? Is it like 7 p.m.?
You're
10
setting
p.m.?
out from the city at maybe 10 p.m.
Doesn't look like it's going to rain or anything, right?
Well, I
No.
don't think we're going too far, so we
No.
should probably just find a place outside
hour
the
or
city,
two,
away
yeah.
from the chaos.
Away from the lake, yeah. So
you,
a couple of
you
hours.
do know that just the time of year it's going to start getting colder. I mean, you're doing okay for now, but you're starting to detect the change in climate.
Winter's coming.
Build a fire.
Hey,
Can't do.
right?
So,
did.
you guys, make a couple of hours tonight before,
Yeah.
just to put some distance between you and the city, just kind of like, okay, everybody, let's just leave casual. Nobody knows what we did. But, so as you guys make your way through, you find a nice spot. It's maybe not necessarily the perfect camping spot that you would pick out if you had tons of time and were picking it out during the day, but it's nice enough. It's a little ways off the road. You're able to make a fire, settle in, get the horses
Excellent.
properly groomed and feeling
This
happier.
Place wasn't too dangerous. I don't know if we need to set watches or anything.
Well, probably should do at least that. But
Yeah, I'll take first watch. I'm wired. I'll stay up.
We've got
I-
trees
I-
around.
I feel like it's been quite a while since I did my devotional that I'm supposed to do nightly.
Yeah.
Well, bear in
A little
mind,
busy.
the last time you actually had a long rest was in the Koatoa city before going through the fissure.
Yeah, it's hard
Yeah.
to tell time when you can't see the stars. The proper time chime.
So I'll take first watch. I need to hang out with Matrice for a bit anyways.
Okay. Are you doing your prayer, Nira, before kind of
Yeah,
going
probably
into
oughta.
trance or whatever you need to do?
Yeah. Alright. I gotta remember what I say all these times because it's been so long since I've done it. Alright, Rushama, your humble servant, comes before you to offer knowledge of the day. Wow, so much has happened. Well, so I know I may have been remiss recently in updating you, but I have learned a considerable amount since last I came to you. I learned that my people are preparing for war. I learned that something has happened with the spirit of Rushama that has corrupted what I knew to be true. And we'll be headed that way eventually, but something hunts us now, or someone. Oh, and there was also the little run-in we had with the Fey lady. That was fun. Which I'm sure you can see all of this in my thoughts. But so I'm going to keep it short, and that's what I've learned. And we are coming to help you eventually, as soon as we can.
You hear just very quiet, almost even more, not humble, but calmer sort of voice in your head. Maybe more compassionate sounding than you're used to. Just saying, know that in these trying times, there are reasons for what happens, and greater purpose than you may be able to understand. But you were chosen, and your destiny is not yet complete.
Well, thank you for the answer, Rushama. Okay, time to sleep. At least it didn't yell at me again.
I think I would, Archie would take last watch so that when day breaks, he can go hunting.
Okay. So the night passes uneventfully, but Amethyst, when you finish your watch and you go to sleep, you find yourself dreaming. You are a deer in a forest. You're just making your way through this forest, feeling very much at home. This is where you belong. This is where you're supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to be, and everything is currently right. And you realize, as a part of this, that there is a strange figure that is following you. It's a hunter, and he's hunting you. But this doesn't fill you with fear. It's almost more of an exhilaration. You know that this pursuit is also how things are supposed to be. In fact, it's almost like the human part of you could imagine being at a party and a very good-looking man has made eye contact from across the room and he is making his way over to you. That's almost more the feeling that you have, even as you realize that, yes, this man is pursuing you through the forest.
Fun.
And you are quick and you are alert, but he is very skilled. And soon you jump over a fallen tree and find yourself face to face with this man. It's not clear. It's definitely a male figure, but is he human? Is he an elf? It's hard to say. He's wearing many sorts of furs and trophies converted into, clothing of various sorts, sort of the head of a wolf has become a cowl. There are horns on shoulder pauldrons, and he's clearly someone who has tracked and taken the trophies from a great many powerful beasts. And now he's caught you, and you know it. And he looks down at you, and he just says, I'm so eager for the real hunt to begin. But in accordance with the covenant, the ancient rites of the Beastlands, it is your right to understand that you are now my quarry. This is a great honor and privilege for you, and you should not be afraid, but rather honored. Know, too, that you are a quarry leading me to a greater prize. This should not diminish your honor, but rather simply place you in the great chain of destiny. And because in one moment he just says, I suspect you have questions. But first, because I'm eager to draw this moment out, I'll also let you know that there are rivals. Queen Solomonia from the Dawn Court also seeks you and your companions, but she will cheat. Somehow she has obtained your blood. Know that I will track you only through signs and portents. You may speak now, but know that to say too much would spoil the game.
Have we met before?
Not in person.
When do we get to meet in person?
Well, soon, I hope.
I'll be waiting.
You wake up, you open your eyes, you're back at the camp, and you feel very rested and honestly like you've just had a really nice dream, if you will allow the euphemism.
Do I remember? Do I remember everything that...
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Is anybody else awake?
Well, Nira may be only in her trance, since she doesn't really sleep.
So was I in a dream? Was that after my watch and I dreamed it?
Yeah, it was after you went to bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, Nira only has to meditate for 4 hours, so...
Right.
Might be up.
So, it's still late, you haven't finished your long rest.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to wake someone up and talk about it now, you could.
Well, I could have taken over watch from her, so...
I think I'm just going to go back to sleep and see if it starts up again. If I can get back into that dream. Because, of course, I have more questions now that I've had time to think about it.
You are able to go back to sleep, but you don't remember having any additional dreams before morning.
Figures.
So, morning comes. You're all well rested and ready to embark. It is probably, you slept in past dawn a little bit because you were up late, but,
See, I would like to get up at dawn and go and try to hunt something.
Well, you guys didn't really make camp until, midnight.
Oh, yeah.
So
right.
if you needed a long rest, you wouldn't... I mean, you could get up at dawn, but you wouldn't have completed a long rest.
Oh, yeah, I definitely need a long rest. I need some beauty sleep.
So, it's not midday or anything, but the sun's been up for a couple of hours. It's streaming through some, the trees where you made your camp.
Should we hunt here and try to pack in something for the trip, or maybe see how far we get today and hunt in the evening before resting?
We haven't had any sign of anything from Alamancha, have we? Or from Lake Elamon?
No.
It's just been chill.
Yep.
Probably not a bad idea to move a little bit. If you guys are expecting company, like that warning said, then staying in a place too long is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, we can get by on rations until this evening.
Okay.
Sorry, Archie, but if you see something on the way, feel free to stop.
Bow at the ready.
All right.
All right, let's pack up.
Okay, so you guys get back on the road. This is a relatively small road. It's, maybe 15, 20 feet, wide, and it's not paved, but it's maintained well enough in the sense that you get a fair amount of traffic through here. The wheel ruts are fairly established, and it's a defined road. You're not in any danger of getting lost, but there are definitely places where in between the primary ruts you see some grass sprouting here and there, and it's been pretty quiet, just normal sort of bird sounds here and there, but you haven't really seen any activity so far. You might not be surprised if you start getting more activity coming in and out of Alamancha soon, but you guys left kind of right in the thick of it, so you may just be ahead of anything else that might happen. But you guys are making your way, overland, making pretty good time on the horses. Remind me, did you brought the wagon, yes or no? Or just the horses?
Yeah, I think just the horses. I think we left
Yeah,
the
I
wagon.
don't think we would have needed
Did
it.
we have anything else on the wagon? I feel like we had something on there from like
It was the shell.
safe
You
or
were
so-
carrying the shell first, but now it's trapped in your bag of holding.
Didn't we do something with money? Didn't we take gold or something? Where's that?
I think we took what we were due, but we left the rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
from-
think
Yeah,
that
we-
was
if we
from the,
if we don't need the
we were
wagon, I
gonna
say
make
ditch it.
haste, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
I hate riding horses.
Townsfolk are going to need all the help they can get to clean up.
Yeah, one fine wagon at their command.
I mean, don't get salty, man. If you want the wagon, we'll take the wagon. I don't want you uncomfortable or having
Yeah, we can move
Battle
faster
swords or
without the
nothing.
wagon. Just
Yeah.
prepare to
Sure?
stop and fall off from time to time.
Andrew, how about you? You want the wagon or a horse?
Oh well, so I'm saying that you guys just left the wagon. So-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So your horses, but you've got your horses, and and you have replaced Nira's horse, I'll say. So you figured it out. I don't remember all the details. You found another horse
It's
somewhere.
fine. It's fine.
It was
We're fine.
fine.
We're
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, it's fine.
So
You horse, you're with us.
yeah. So as you guys are making your way through and just heading along, you have been in kind of a shady area, where it's still a fair amount of trees everywhere, and but you're about to sort of leave the border of this forested area and head out into more open grassland. And as you guys are riding along, as soon as you're passing sort of this obvious kind of border where you're now kind of like in complete sunlight and not shaded at all by the trees, all of a sudden Amethyst, Archie, and Nira feel a sharp pain on your hand. And you look down and see that there is a cut on each of your palms. You each take 1 point of slashing damage.
What is
The
this?
what?
You're holding on to the reins too tight. I think that happened to me the first day.
All three of us at once? That
Yep.
seems odd.
Oh. Then I have no idea.
Andries, like, did something do it? Did something cut you?
I don't sense anything.
I put an eye out to see if anything's around us. Do I see anything?
Yes. I use my divine sense.
You make make a perception check first, Alaric.
Natural 20.
Oh wow.
Jeez. 27.
You hear a lot. You have your honed senses. Listening out for any sign of danger, and you listen and you hear wind going through trees. You hear birds.
Look carefully at the birds. That's all I can see.
Can I scan with my magic ring of truthiness?
Yeah. You don't see anything that you don't see with your regular eyes. And then Archie, as you reach out with your divine sense, you don't detect anything.
That's never happened before.
Was it the sun or getting away from the trees? I know for a while I didn't want to leave the water.
No, something did this.
Maybe it's the distance.
Does the shape of the mark mean anything? Is it just a straight line or what?
It's just a cut, like you did it with a dagger or something, so it bleeds a little bit.
Because, I mean, maybe
I
you're
can
right.
try to ride back and see if it's...
So you get cut again?
Scientific method. Are there any animals around?
Birds.
I mean, there's little birds, and
And they,
there's all sorts of little critters you would imagine in this area, like squirrels, rabbits.
are they? Can I see if I can see any? Do they seem distressed or like something is going on in the forest? that
Well,
they
you can
detect,
kind
or-
of you can kind of reach out with your druidic awareness, and there does not seem to be anything out of balance in the area.
The only thing different is that we got out of the woods a little bit. Out in more open space.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. We don't see anything flying overhead. No rocks coming at us with messages. Nothing. We can't see anything else. That's just it.
Yep.
Was there any real cover from those trees, or was it just shadow?
It was just shadow. I mean, it was basically what happened, because you're obviously, aware of where it happened, is because you went from an area that was, not really super dense forest or anything. It's not like it was total cover, but you went from an area where you were basically constantly in the shade of at least a little bit of leaves here and there, kind of this speckled where, got shadows of a few branches here and there, but it's light enough to see fine. But then you went from that to where you were basically in full direct sunlight.
I want to use my lay on hands and see if I can heal this.
Yep, it heals right up.
This doesn't seem permanent.
Like someone was marking their territory or something. I wonder, did we pass from one spirit's control? I'm still trying to figure this stuff out.
I think we're still in Sitzlevek's territory with the river there.
But
Well,
we weren't in
you
Switzerland
guys,
territory.
yeah,
We
you
were
guys
in,
crossed
yeah.
over the river, and so, I mean, you're not that far from the river, but you're also not right by it or anything.
I think we need to watch carefully as we tried.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
something's
agreed.
toying with you. Maybe that's to do with the fact that the three of you got a bit of that thing in your body somewhere.
Well,
not in our
Malekith
hands.
did say we were being hunted.
Yeah, something like that might be smelled out by the proper hound, I guess.
So I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace, and can we get back under some leaves?
Well, you can, but it's that's kind of
Yeah.
back away in the opposite direction of where you were trying to go.
To get to going, we gotta go across the plains.
How
So-
long does that last? Pass without a trace.
Like,
Well, she can cast it at will, so you can.
Okay.
yeah,
I think
it
it's
lasts
like
up to an
at a
hour.
time.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
an hour at a time. But it's one of my cantrip type things.
Yeah, the staff of Linamara can pass without trace at will.
Wouldn't be
Best
bad to
staff
sneak a
ever.
bit. Yeah.
Why not?
So if you wanted to get back in the shade, you would have to go back in the direction you came.
If it doesn't happen again, then we probably don't have reason to dive under the trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think, Nara?
We should take the direct route.
I think we just need to get where we're going. I don't know what did this,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, we're being hunted, so who knows?
All right. So let's just move a little faster, maybe.
Did Amethyst tell us about her dream or no?
Nope.
Oh, I definitely told you about it. I
Okay.
just didn't remember to tell you.
Well,
that,
so maybe you have that conversation. You can have that conversation if you like.
Because I was sitting here waiting for it. I'm like, okay, well now they have our blood, so
I forget that you guys don't hear it when I'm hearing it, and that I need to tell you that. So
Yeah.
I need to make a note for myself about that. Tell them. So yeah, I tell them generally. I tell them what happened, but I kind of don't understand the exhilaration part of it. Like, why am I excited about? Why does it feel like a hot guy's checking me out? So I don't really tell them that part,
Okay.
but I tell them everything else because that part confuses me, and I need
Yeah.
to think about it. So,
Just the facts, man.
yeah.
Well, it comes a time in a young person's life where changes are inexplicably happening.
In a druid's life, when she doesn't remember puberty, it's a confusing time for Amethyst, you know?
so it was. What did he tell you? This Dusk Queen? Is that right? Is that what?
I think, did you call her the Dawn Queen?
Dawn
Queen Salomonia of Dawn Court.
The
Dawn Court.
Court.
Queen Salamania of the Dawn Court.
Well,
yeah.
that would something involving sunlight there. So maybe when we passed through the shade of the trees, she was able to. I mean,
Yeah.
relating.
More of this Fey business.
And he did say that she specifically is using my blood while he would be using, I guess, more acceptable, I don't know, sportsmanlike tracking of me. I don't know.
Honor of the hunt.
Yeah, whatever. So I think we should just get out of the sun as quickly as we can, maybe.
Andri says, it's like, I normally would never bring something like this up, but given how frequently recently we've been embarking in things that feel like storybook territory, supposedly there's a very powerful fey creature known as the Lord of the Hunt. And what you described sounds kind of like that. I mean, it's like a fairy tale, though. I mean,
Well, they are probably Fey, so that would kind of fit.
Well, what do you know?
well,
Just
basically, like any fairy tale, they tend to be fairly, I don't know, two-dimensional in the sense that they have their trait, and that's their thing, and that's what they do, and he is the Lord of the Hunt.
great. So he specializes.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
all the stories about him are basically about him essentially being a really great hunter and tracking down some amazing beast and taking a trophy.
What about that Queen Salomonia of the Dawn Court? Any stories about her?
That one, I don't know all of these. I just know, I mean, I remember the Lord of the Hunt just because it's, I'm kind of a ranger. I do hunting, and like it, comes up, sticks in the mind more. I didn't recognize the other one.
So, are we operating under the assumption that we're being hunted for them to kill us? Because that seems
Bad for you.
counterproductive to what they want, or at least what I was
I-
led to believe they want.
Well, I feel like if Queen Salamania, did I say that right? If she wanted to kill us, she could have killed us just now. Like, we have the cut, she could have given a cut here. So I think you're right. I don't think she wants us dead.
Well, they like to play games, maybe.
Well, I mean, I think this is all tied to the stolen moment.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they
If
don't care. He said he doesn't care so much about, I'm his quarry, he's hunting me, but it's to get something else. And don't be insulted, but, you know, he doesn't want me. I don't think they want us. He wants the thing that we're trying to get to Melicanth and talk about. So,
If the stolen moment truly can never be restored without all of its pieces,
yeah.
I guess that could make us valuable.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get the pieces back.
Maybe.
Well, but they need us to recharge it.
They need the pieces from us, yeah. We've never tried to remove the pieces. I mean, it just immediately became a part of the quest of our, you know, the quest that we decided to take upon ourselves to try, and what we thought we were doing was restore things. Of course, the added problem being with Mugen not being with us now.
For all
So-
we know, they have him.
I know, that's what I was going to say, is that we're either going to get reunited with him because they already have him, or we're going to have to go find him because we need that fourth piece for something related to ending this. So it's just, hey, let's call it a silver lining. Maybe we'll get to see Mugen again soon, but it's not going to be likely under the best of circumstances. So I think we just need to keep moving. Double down even, if we can travel faster.
Yeah. Perhaps he does need saving.
And then I just rub my arm. And then we keep going.
Why are you rubbing your arm?
Well, I have a reason. But I don't want to share it. I just am like, yeah, maybe we'll have to go find him.
Okay.
So let's go. You guys ready to double down? And like, can we do like a faster pace of travel? It'll cost us something, I'm sure.
Well, basically the way that works is that you are sort of less likely to notice unusual things in your environment because you're traveling quickly, and so the potential would be to either miss something that you would want to investigate, or potentially stumble into, you know, a danger without realizing it. So you are more at risk of those things if you are traveling at a fast pace.
Storm on.
Yeah.
Quick.
All right.
Towards destiny.
Near is silent, which I'm taking as a agreement.
Or into the trenches once more, my friends.
All right.
I'm gonna perma pass without a trace though. Like every 59 minutes, I'm gonna recast it.
Okay.
It makes me feel better, even if it doesn't really do anything.
All right, so you guys continue the rest of the day at a fast pace. This road is relatively, straight, and the ground is, not too hilly here. This is, a lot of open grassland here, so you're able to make pretty good time. You're hustling along. By the time you kind of, sun starts creeping down towards the horizon, you've made a lot of good time. You're probably halfway to Gorn.
Do we want to try find some trees to hide under?
Yeah, and find some fresh meat, something.
Oh, that'd be nice. Berries are good and all, but meat is meat.
We can set camp and do a little hunt.
I wish you could hunt for beer.
Right?
I mean, I can create water, but that's as far as my spells take me so
I
far.
heard some holy people can turn water into something else, but I don't think you're.
Got them spells, y'all.
Andrew says, I heard of a magical artifact that was supposed to be able to just create wine or beer or whatever you wanted.
We need to put that on our wish list.
Yes, next quest.
I guess I can flavor water. It's not quite the same.
You can flavor water? Like what kind of flavors?
Well, I take a cup of water and I try to make it flavored like beer.
This is what? Prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation, yeah.
Yeah. So probably it tastes, I would say it's probably not carbonated. So it probably tastes like flat beer and does not get you intoxicated.
It's like a taste of home, but yeah, I'm looking forward to something real.
All right. Yeah. So you guys make camp. You know, the horses have been, worked pretty hard, but they're up for it. And you're settling in for camp once again.
Yeah, well, I guess I would.
Did you want to go hunting?
My armor to go hunt,
Oh, okay.
stealthy and whatnot.
Stealthy and whatnot. Okay.
At least not to clank around and scare the game.
Right,
Behave
well,
like a real hunter.
So first, make a stealth check for me. You will not be under pass without trace if you are leaving the camp where
Right.
Amethyst is.
Yeah.
And then make a survival check for me.
Ooh, stealth is a natural 20. So
Nice.
21. Survival is 17 minus 1, so 16.
All right. Yeah.
Bad hunters I am.
Yeah. So there's not a lot of big game around here, but you are if you are content with rabbits, you can find 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Conies. Works for me.
All right. Yep.
Pick them up, bring it back to camp, and
I miss my
strip 'em
mushrooms. I ate only mushrooms for 4 years, but I still kind of miss them.
Andrew
Especially
says
the
maybe you could make your water mushroom flavored.
I'd have to give that a try. Oh,
I'm sure I
can't
could
see any
find you some
colors.
mushrooms.
I can't see any colors, and there's no extra clouds in the skies. I don't think it's the same.
I don't think so.
all right. So we'll cook up some venison or some rabbit haunches.
Andrew is
Flavored,
sitting
yeah.
with you guys around the campfire. You're enjoying the roasted rabbit, and it's kind of a cool night, stars in the sky, and she's just kind of like, this is kind of nice, having a
It's
little while before the next crisis, whatever that's going to be.
it's yeah. This is different. That is nice.
No, I'm not drowning. I'm not falling, and I'm not running. So those are good things.
And I'm not in a city, so that's a good thing.
And Andrew offers to clink canteens with you at that, Amethyst.
My girl.
But yeah, this seems like you've got a
Yeah.
peaceful sort of surroundings around here.
So, okay. So I'm sorry, I'm going through my spells trying to figure out what might be helpful for tomorrow. Because should we get to Gordon tomorrow? You said we're about halfway,
If you
right?
do a
So-
fast travel again, you might get to Gorn towards the end of the day.
Okay, because I'm thinking I could take clairvoyance, and because we've been to the place where we're meeting Melicanth, I think I can use it there.
That sounds amazing.
I create an invisible sensor within, it says within range, in a location familiar to me. So I guess I have to be there.
The range is
It says 1 mile, I guess. 5,280 feet, is that right?
Yeah.
That's
So
still
what-
good.
yeah. It's a half step towards the scrying spell.
Yeah, it says when I cast a spell, I choose seeing or hearing. I can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if I were in that space.
I like the sound of it, I'll be honest.
Wouldn't be bad having eyes on, so to speak.
Even if it's just before we get there, even if it's only a mile out or however far, I think it's useful.
True.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take that, and then when we're close tomorrow, I will use that. So what is a 3rd level? Because I was switching out water walk because I don't think I'll need that now. I think we're good. God, I hope we're good.
Well, we can always swim.
I mean, I've got other options like revivify and stuff for the level 3 spells, but I mean that ship has sailed. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking about taking greater restoration. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna assume we're not gonna run into anything on the rest of the way, but I don't know how quickly we're gonna bump into something once we get close either.
Now this Melicant, you guys have talked to her in about 4 different ways so far.
Yeah,
I'm
that's.
still not sure if you trust her or not.
I don't know if I trust her. I don't know about the rest of them, but I don't know if I trust her yet.
You might be.
I trust her. I trust her. I think she's been playing with powers she doesn't understand.
Right. I don't think that she's evil. I think she's dangerously stupid, possibly. It's like there's a lot of stuff that's been set in motion that we're cleaning up, and we've found out a lot of stuff since the last time we saw her. I just don't know. I can't decide if she's just incompetent, kind of, sort of, or at least in regards to the stolen moment, or if, I don't know.
Andrew says, I've always trusted her, but she's certainly playing with magics that I don't understand.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Either way, I don't know her, and she doesn't know me, so it might be best if I can hold back and hide in the shadows, just in case.
Well, that won't look suspicious.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, that's a great instinct, and I love it, but I think she probably already knows that you're with us.
You think?
I mean, she's sending us messages on the road and all that. She knew where we were. I mean, I assumed that she knew that Andrew was with us and that you're with us.
She seems a pretty powerful wizard, yeah.
She threw a rock at you.
Most people probably would.
Isn't that what you use magic for? Lifting rocks?
Yeah.
Spreading your back,
That's
I suppose. Still, I don't like the idea that it could be set up. I'm happy you'll be able to see things, but
Yeah.
having an extra someone not seen might be helpful.
That's true. That's a fair point.
This place you're meeting her, what's it look like?
It's an inn.
Yeah. Small town, small inn.
Okay.
Well, it was a small town 100 years ago. I don't know what it's like now.
That's true. It's been a while.
This hasn't been, Christiana, this isn't a place that I have been before.
You would know about it, but you wouldn't necessarily have been there unless you were well traveled in the human circles.
Yeah. I travel in the dwarven circles around the borders, but not
Yeah.
in the human circles, so.
Yeah. It wouldn't have any direct trade usually with the dwarves. It would probably be, along the chain, so to speak. They would buy from somewhere that bought from the dwarves.
Is it going to be strange for a dwarf to be there?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Not, well,
No, they seem...
based on how it was last time, but of course, Andrew could also just say, no, I mean, you're not going to find a dwarf town neighborhood with a bunch of dwarves necessarily, but, I mean, passing through, sure.
Okay.
As you can tell, dwarves, halflings are common, and the rest of us are scrutinized.
Well,
I
maybe
mean,
stand
if,
out.
the
Heroes of legend.
Tashmian guards in that area are usually more on the watch for the wood elves that live in the forest on the west of the road.
Are they going to know the difference? I mean, just because I'm an elf doesn't mean we all look alike.
Well, you have your papers, right?
Well,
I mean, I can't vouch for every single Tashmian guard we might run into.
certainly. No, we've got papers.
So what's the name of this inn?
Yeah, it's
You guys
been a minute.
remember?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I know I didn't write that
Probably.
down.
I should probably split off with you guys outside of town so I won't see me
I
riding
probably still
with
have
you.
the email somewhere with a note, but can I do an intelligence check?
Sure,
I think we'd fail it right now.
you can do history too if you because I think if you have that
history's
skill.
better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I have a +7 on that. So, 16.
It was the flea-bitten badger.
Bitten badger.
There you go.
Oh, like you really remember.
I just literally just found it in my notes. Travius Fletcher.
Who's that?
That was
Oof.
our original. That was the first time we met. Was
Melicant's errand boy. I wonder whatever happened to him.
We each, he was
Wait.
just, leading a wagon to Villanocta, and we hitched a ride with him. And
You
he
said-
paid for the privilege when everything went sideways.
Melicanthus human, right?
She's an elf. Is she a wood elf?
Yeah, she's a wood elf.
No. Okay. I'm gonna say, how the hell is she that old?
Yeah, Travius is likely long dead now.
Yeah,
Alright.
he was a human. And he
Well,
was
before-
getting up there even then, so
True.
Before we get too close, I'll break off. I'll go on by myself, and I'll find my way there.
well, if we're within a mile, I should cast a spell. Do you guys
Yeah.
think hearing or sight is going to be more useful?
What are you hoping to hear?
Well, there's ways to hide from sight and
Yeah, I
hearing,
mean-
so
Sight would let you know immediately if things are in disarray, but hearing would be
who was
more-
there if she's alone?
Mm-hmm. But hearing, you could glean more information.
But if she's not speaking,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
doesn't do any good.
I'm,
I suppose sight.
Sight?
Hmm.
Then I can at least warn Alaric if there's someone nearby or something. Something looks off.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. And if I can't make my way inside to wait, I'll wait outside and wait for you to make some sort of signal.
Well, I mean, it's an inn, so I would imagine initially we'll just be in the common area. But if she wants to talk, she probably has a room.
Yeah. Well, I'm more worried about someone ambushing it or coming from outside.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, with your eye and both of my eyes, maybe we can spot if there's anybody waiting for it. Because if you're being hunted, and maybe she is too, then there might be more danger there than anything.
Yeah.
Well, she's definitely is connected to this thing, maybe not in the physical sense, but she's at least as involved as we are.
Right. Yeah.
And she's worried, so. there's that.
She should be. Faye, don't kill her. I might.
After we get the stolen moment.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you guys have made camp. You set watches as before. Nothing.
How far are we outside of town?
You're another hard day's ride away.
Oh, okay. So it's still the night before. We haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You were doing advanced planning. Good on you guys.
Yeah.
That's right. It was because we were trying to decide spells. We just never.
Hey!
Slept.
When we enter Gorn, do we need a story? Why we're there? What we're doing?
We're just travelers, man.
Do we want to go in separately or all together?
Where did we come from? Where are we going to?
Well, so recall that when you got your official papers from the Baron in Villa Nocta, it essentially granted you guys sort of blanket permission to go just about wherever on Villa Nocta business, which
Right.
what that just means is that while no one is necessarily going to question it from a legitimacy standpoint, not everywhere is necessarily going to be excited to help facilitate Villa Nocta business.
Yes, Tashmia did win. It is their domain. So it seems like we need a story. I think we should be together because we have the document.
Yeah, and anybody that's looking at them is going to be able to tell that we're obviously all part of the same crew. So
I mean, but is it a lie that we're going to be benefiting Villa Nocta? I don't
Well,
think
no,
it's a lie. I think we're
just
definitely
saying.
working for Villa Nocta in this.
I'm just saying that we're far from Villa Nocta, and Tashmian guards may not give a shit.
That's fair.
So maybe something that is Villa Nocta related, but would also benefit.
well, I am sort of running errands for the library there.
That's true.
It's not a lie.
Library?
I like
I'm
it.
sure there's a library in Gorn. I'm sure they would love to know that someone is looking out for the reading and all that information. So
I'm
you're right.
I'm
Research
cataloging magical
verification.
items
Yep.
Yeah.
for
The
the,
Gorn-
library in Villa Nocta.
The Gorn you knew 100 years ago would not have had a library. What it might have is sort of a local scholar in residence who might have a lot of sort of books and parchments of their own collection that they might be willing to share or allow people to see, but it's pretty far removed from a library.
Right. Yeah, I mean general field research or verification and whatnot.
And I mean, powerful magical items aren't just like, you know, right there. You know, you have to go looking for them. Everybody knows that.
Okay, I think this is
I
solid.
mean, what? It's not like they just, you know, fall out of tunnels and you have to catch them out of midair. That's
Not always.
that's not usually how it works.
Usually.
I feel good about this. All right, let's head out.
All right. So, nothing of ordinary happens overnight. You know, ordinary sorts of animal sounds, weather, nothing unusual or unexpected.
Yay!
In the morning, you get back on the road. You're once again traveling at a fast pace. Somewhere in the neighborhood of like 10 a.m. or so, you see ahead of you on the road is a wagon being drawn by two oxen, loaded up with something or other, and it's coming the other way, like towards you.
Is
My
there room?
inclination is to slow to regular speed and just be like normal travelers, not looking like we're in a hurry.
Yeah, is there room to get around? Like, are they taking up the whole road?
Well, I mean, the road is like the terrain is not so rough that it's difficult to walk the horses a little bit off the road for a little bit in order to get around. So the wagon does take up most of the road, but it's not like there's a cliff on each side. So it's easy enough to basically, briefly get off the road and let the wagon go by if you're inclined to do that. If you're not, he's going to probably stop in front of your horses and wonder why you're not being more accommodating.
Yeah, I think we're the lighter of the yeah.
Just go around.
Makes sense for us
Ride
to-
casual.
Ride casual.
Yeah. So as he approaches and sees you move, he kind of just says, "Good day, travelers. Anything I ought to watch out for in that direction?"
No, nothing unusual. Pretty calm.
How far are you going?
Heading over to Elemonshau, the lake.
Oh,
Nice little town.
very interesting place.
I always find it a bit creepy myself, but they buy, the money spends.
Mm-hmm.
Very true, yes.
What are you selling?
And he kind of turns around and lifts kind of a sort of a tarp off, and he has basically got like horse tack, like, saddles and bridles and stuff.
I'm sure that they can use that. Good luck to you.
All right, you two.
Fortune to you.
He tips his hat and heads on his way.
Feel really bad for not warning him. So bad.
It'll be
I
fine.
actually
It'll be
They
fine.
clean
It's
up.
fine.
I mean,
It's really clean up.
Describe it kind of the same way it still is. They are kind of weird.
I know.
yeah,
I
but
totally
they're not
agree.
creepy like before.
Well, I'm
Oh
sure
no,
that's
that
what people
house
do.
throw was pretty creepy.
Well, yeah, but like creepy as in like, oh, we can kill this thing. Not as like creepy as like,
We
we're stabbing themselves in their neck. That's different.
No, that's I forgot about the neck stabbing thing. You're right. That's totally fair.
That's
There's
probably
probably
done
not
now.
anybody doing that yet. Not for a couple hundred years, probably.
It worked.
It's kind of a correcting problem.
Yeah, I'd like to see him try it now.
Yeah.
So I'd say we get out of earshot and redouble our speed.
All right. You get back on the road, and you make another several hours. Or you just like riding right through lunch? Just good berries to keep you
Yep.
at speed.
Throwing good berries to the people that don't have
berries for-
leftover rabbit hunch.
Make a ranged attack. You can throw a good berry into someone's.
Oh. So what would my
So who
would-
are you
would that be
throwing it to?
dexterity? Oh,
It looks
Nira.
like. Well, I was going.
Of course she is.
It looked like. Okay, so while
Nira looks
Ottilie is
first.
attempting to indicate that you
Wait.
should throw into him, you throw one at Nira instead. And so go ahead and make your attack. Your
So I rolled, but what's my modifier for that?
Well,
What do I use?
like
Dexterity?
like if you did a ranged spell, a ranged attack, like with a bow. Or
Oh, a
something.
ranged spell. Okay.
Or
'cause-
not a spell, but like so basically dexterity plus proficiency.
Okay. Well, that gets us up to 7.
Okay. Yeah, I think you doink it off her forehead.
Whoa, sorry, I got another one. Here, let me try again. Does she open her mouth? Or does she stare at me like
make
that?
a dexterity roll to try and catch it at least?
Well, I think with a 7, it was a bad throw. Is the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an 11 this time.
All right. I'll let Nero make a dexterity saving throw to try to catch it.
She would need to with an 11, I think.
I don't know that this is gonna work. So that's just straight dex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's an 8.
Yeah. No.
Okay, enough. No more. Done. I'm good. Thanks.
Well, not to mention the fact that you can make 10 at a time. So, I guess that one's another at will too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's once a day. But yeah,
Okay,
I'm
once a-
just gonna
But so.
ride over and hand her one.
We
Third
can slow
time
down
this
for a
summer.
minute.
Yeah. So in any event, you guys are continuing in your journey, making fast time. But then, as it's starting to get to be mid-afternoon, Nira, you start to hear something kind of, echoing around the environment somewhere. It sounds kind of like pop, 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 pop. It's sort of an irregular sound, almost like crackling of a fire. But it's kind of echoing through the air.
Well, that can't be good. So I will relay this information. do we want to slow down and investigate, or
Where's it coming from?
bust
Yeah.
into a sprint? I can't tell. It's kind of everywhere. Do you not hear it?
I think if you listen for it, you can probably hear it, but at speed, it's hard to tell more. It's competing with your
Alice.
horse's
Definitely slow
hooves.
down.
Stop and
Definitely slow
investigate.
down.
All right.
Yeah.
As you slow down, and you guess that you're still a few hours out from Gorn, but you're kind of slowing down. Are you stopping?
I don't think we should stop.
Okay.
Slow down to a
Moving
trot or
targets are
something.
harder to hit.
Yeah, as you are, riding at sort of a more relaxed gait, kind of a walking gait, not a hurried gait. You realize that it's if you had to guess, it would be more than one thing making this sort of irregular popping sound. And they're coming from slightly different directions, but it's hard to tell because, again, you don't know what's making it or like how far away that sound might be, but it does seem to be getting slightly louder as you go.
I feel like I want to run for it. Like, just-
What's is it all flat plains or is there hills or?
There's a
Trees.
few trees on the side of the road, or like they're here, like one here, one there. It's not forest, but there's a few around. But mostly a level, straight road at this point, and grass on either side of it.
So unless these are popping toads, then
If it's getting louder as we approach, I mean,
Pop, 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 pop.
is there any sense of how close this is?
It's hard to tell because you don't know how loud whatever it is would be if it was
Yeah.
up close. It vaguely sounds like the irregular pattern of a crackling fire, but
Is there any smell?
you don't. Well, make a perception check.
13.
You smell a lot of horse right now.
It's not like horse at the end of the day. This sucks.
Can
I
I
think
can
we should
I
bolt. We're all bolt.
can I cast commune with nature? Or do I need to stop to do that?
I think it takes a minute to cast, which doesn't necessarily mean you need to stop.
Yeah, it's a minute.
It means you would need to be concentrating on that. So yeah, you can do that.
So yeah, I'd like to cast that and see what's up ahead of us.
Okay.
We've got a minute of bewilderment.
Are we still moving, or did we
Well, you
stop?
guys tell me. You said that
Yeah.
you were still sort of at a more like a slower pace, but
Yeah,
not
can
rushing
she
anymore.
still cast it if we're moving though? We have to stop.
It takes a minute to cast, but
Yeah.
she could be sitting on the horse while it walks, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sure I can do it on horseback. I mean, come on, I'm a level 9 druid. Bam!
Okay.
Within a minute, we can all do our little checks.
So,
I would,
Reminder too that the commune with Nate, your bull roar, is essentially that spell. So you can do that without using the spell slot if you use it.
That's right. Okay.
And you used to have to make a wisdom check because you were too low level to cast the spell yourself. You would no longer need to do that.
Yay.
giddy up, girl.
So if you're using that, I'll say though that you would need to probably stop moving because that would freak the horse out.
Are we under trees or out in the open?
There's a tree here and there, but not. So like there's one coming up, so that's kind of casting a shadow across the road. If you wanted to stop there specifically.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them that I'd like to just do a quick check and see what's ahead of us. If they don't mind, I'll pull me over. Is that cool, guys?
We slowed down and nothing adverse happened.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and any checks y'all want to do, feel free.
Is that thing making a noise?
Mine sense after she does her.
Well,
while
so remember what you know about the bull roarer is that one of the sort of side effects, if you will, is that like any spirits within its radius are gonna hear it essentially.
Holy jack.
Oh.
You're making a ripple.
And that's not necessarily to say they're all gonna come at you. It's more just they'll notice whatever it was.
I would like to boop Archie with guidance if he's gonna make any checks.
Oh, my divine sense is just
Okay, well,
checking out stuff because I suck at like investigation and stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about that tonight, that we need to boop it more. I'm keeping my guidance at the ready, too.
well, Alaric, are you
Yeah,
doing
mine's
any
not a
checks?
check.
I could boop you instead.
So are you still doing the bull roarer?
I'm nobody's complaining, so yes.
All right,
Do it
so
up.
you pull out this piece of wood on the cord, and as you twirl it over your head, and as you meditate on the sound and expand your awareness, you gain this enhanced sense of the natural world around you, and you are able to learn up to 3 facts of your choice about the natural world around you.
What is your favorite color?
I was gonna say, is anybody else reminded of the fire spuds in the Princess Bride with this popping
Oh, yeah.
sound?
Oh, yeah. Look out for ROUSs.
So I can, but it doesn't tell me like the state of buildings or anything like that. Nothing man-made. It just will tell me like natural, what's going on.
Well,
with the-
so
right?
per the spell, it has bullet points that are like examples, like terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influences from other planes of existence, and buildings.
Okay, so I want to know planes, the planes one,
Planes of existence.
the deities one. But I also want to know if the place is on fire before we come running up.
Okay, it's not on fire.
Cool. That's good.
You sense it's not a spirit in the way that you have ever sensed a spirit before, but there is something with a will, and there is an incredibly intense influence from other planes. So there's something poking at the fabric of the time space in the area.
I think this might be our Fey Lady,
Um,
Dawn Queen, maybe, or the Hunter.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. So it was deities and what was the other thing? The planes and fire.
And,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Not on fire. Definitely something from influence from other planes. And again, something that's not quite like any spirit you've sensed before, but it's something with a will to it, like a consciousness.
So I'm, yo, dudes. So I tell them all this. It's not on fire, but I still don't know what that popping thing is. So I don't know that it's safe. Did you get anything on your?
Did
checks?
anyone else make checks?
I was gonna see if I could figure anything out.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can just make a perception check if you want to just try to listen for gain more information, or if you want to try to remember something, or just let me know what kinds of
I was
things
going to
you
do
would
divine sense, and then if I can, I would assist with perception or whatever.
Your divine sense tells you about fae, fiends, and undead, correct?
Yes.
You do not sense any of those.
I'll just do a straight perception check
Okay.
because I have a +7, so that gives me an 18.
You sense that there seem to be at least 2 of whatever is making these noises. And as you've been listening to them still getting louder, you are beginning to be able to triangulate it just enough to think that they are actually probably relatively nearby.
All right, I think these things have us, guys. So we need to get moving, or
And in fact, as you are kind of having this conversation, what you see ahead of you, you realize is now, in addition to hearing this, you're seeing a little bit of a strange, like, flickering light ahead of you on the road, a couple of them. And it doesn't line up with the pops exactly, because, you know, light and sound don't move the same speed. But you would guess it seems plausible that these weird little flickering lights are
Right,
what's
are
making
we
the noise, or at least associated with it.
are we still like we're under that tree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I would. Are those lights? They're both in the same spot, like coming down the road.
There's one on each side of the road, and then as you're watching, it looks like actually one of them was actually two of them, so there are three.
Okay, well, I would like to cast Guardian of Faith,
Okay.
kind of in the like up towards where they are on the road, but kind of close to us. So if they get close, then boom,
Okay.
they take damage.
So
You know what? Just cast it like right in front of us, kind of in the path.
Okay. Okay.
Just right there.
So we're gonna stop.
I'm looking up that spell just to. Well, you guys had stopped
did
where
stop,
there was
yeah.
a tree that cast a shadow across the road.
But are,
So
are we
it says,
are we waiting for them to come to us?
I don't think we've gotten that far yet.
The Guardian of Faith will last for 8 hours.
Yeah, until it's
Beautiful.
dealt like 60 damage.
Wow.
This is what she.
But it's
she
radiant
cast in,
damage.
against the demon when you fought it.
Radiant. Yeah, this is radiant damage. I'm not sure it's going to do anything to these guys.
Does
They're
it look like a giant spectral mountain again?
It says like hold on.
When
Let's
you
see.
summoned it
Guardian
the last
occupies
time,
space and is indistinct except for the gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of the deity. So
you
the
you
mountain.
requested last time that
I
it
did.
looked like a big mountain, so you can still have that if you want.
yeah, let's do it. Just put a mountain in the road is cool.
All
Wasn't
right.
Your spiritual weapon was the mountain. I don't know how that was hitting.
Yeah, the
people, but-
spiritual weapon is the mountain too.
Okay,
or-
so maybe that's what I was thinking of, but yeah.
What you gonna do when Rashama rolls over you?
Okay.
A smash.
So these okay, so as you watch, are the rest of you taking any action as these things approach? It's increasingly clear they are coming towards you.
I'm gonna get off my horse and see if I can use it to hide behind it.
You know, I should have taken that other spell.
So I'm gonna look at you guys and be like, how serious a threat are we about to throw down? We throwing down, guys? We're throwing down, right? Do we assume we're throwing down?
I don't even know what the hell these things are.
Pop.
I don't either.
Pop, pop, pop.
We don't know if there's
They
malice.
seem to, as they get closer and the light sound difference is less dramatic, they seem to be sort of flickering and flashing and sort of making that pop sound as they flare brighter, and then
So I'm gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to. Are they coming straight at us?
they're heading towards you on the road,
coming
along
right
the
for
road.
us.
Although they're floating, they're around 8-9 feet off the ground.
Sorry, you dropped out the second there.
They're about 8 to 9 feet off the ground as they
Oh
float.
crap! 8 or 9 feet. I can't reach that high.
Yeah, I guess I would prep my bow and hold my action to loose fire if anything aggressive happens.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna hold my action and cast conjure animals. I'm gonna conjure a giant eagle, and I'm not sure what the second one is yet. I'm looking at my numbers because my thing just died. So,
Oh.
I will panda bear.
You are summoning a panda bear, or you're turning into a panda bear?
I'm going to hold my action and conjure a giant eagle and a panda bear
Okay.
if we come under attack.
I'll allow it. I was just trying to think if like, did they if you can do 2 CR1s, they have to be the same. I don't see any reason why they would
No,
have
they
to.
can be different. Yeah, I checked that out a long time ago.
Okay. Fair. Okay.
Menagerie.
Okay, and so the
Wish I would've
trigger,
taken Hollow now.
the trigger was if something aggressive happens,
Right.
and then if
That was mine.
okay,
So I
What
mean, like,
is-
yeah, if we're under attack, yeah.
is that the same trigger for you, Amethyst?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna start moving away from us to kind of get some distance to see if they split or if they follow me or if they ignore me.
Okay.
Mhm.
You have to.
How
flank
far are you moving?
sideways.
How far off the road are you going?
I'll move 50 feet.
Okay.
So I'll sprint to get over there.
As far as you can tell, they do not alter their direction in the slightest.
Okay. I'll use my bonus, or I'll just draw out my crossbow then, just in case.
All right. So these things are definitely coming closer, and as they kind of float around you, they sort of split apart and get to where they are making like a triangle shape around you, except for Alaric, who has moved. Are you guys still on your horses? Or are you doing something with your horses?
I'm not.
I'm going
I'm
to
online.
get off the horse, and I'm going over by my mountain guardian guy there.
Okay.
Stay close.
All right. So, if Archie wants to stay on his horse, he can. Do we
We
want
can fight
to?
as one.
Yeah. Do we want to have everyone else? Do you want to stay on your horses, or
Well, I have
We
a
can
question
say-
for you.
yeah?
I probably should have asked it before now. Is there any additional defense to being on the horse during a battle? Like,
Your horse is not like a war horse, and
Right.
so if you're in a battle, it would be maybe a little bit of defense for you, as your horse takes the damage and gets killed.
oh, well, no druid would do that, so I'm off my horse.
They're not. Yeah, they're not trained for fighting.
I have training and abilities to be like one with my horse.
Totes, that's why I was asking. I got no skills
Yeah.
like that.
So I'll say that you guys take. Andri kind of offers to briefly just lead the non-supernatural horses a little ways off the road. That makes it convenient that I don't have tokens for them. So these 3 lights, and as they get closer now, what they look like is sort of a flickering combination of lightning and fire that's kind of flaring irregularly as it hovers, in the air. It doesn't have a really distinct solid shape, but it's no bigger than, maybe 5-6 inches in diameter, but it flares brighter, and almost when it goes dark, it almost seems to be gone until it flares up again. And they're all kind of irregular and not in the same pattern with each other in any way. But they sort of float around you until they've made a triangle shape in the air around you. And then they all kind of briefly flicker together. And I'm going to need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw as the ground caves in from underneath your feet.
Oh shit!
That's include Andre and me, or
Not Alaric. Andri came back after putting the horses off to the side, so she's included, but not Alaric, who is 50 feet away.
Were any of those guys within 10 feet of my mountain or my guardian?
So
and 10 feet of me.
let me.
Logistics.
Yeah. So let me think. I'm gonna say they split up to be around, and none of them came directly within 10 feet. and they're not really acting in a hostile manner yet.
I meant for saves, so anybody
For saves, though, yeah, I would say
they get a
yeah.
bonus to saves.
Yeah, so I'd say everyone's within 10 feet of you because you're together, except for Alaric, who doesn't need to make the save anyway. So yes, you all do get that bonus to the saving throw. But right now, what has happened, like I said, is not that they attacked so much as the
Right.
ground has, a sinkhole has opened up underneath your feet.
21.
I rolled a 1. So with my mod, it's a 4.
Okay.
Plus 5.
Swish goes the druid.
25.
Okay. Andri. Remind me, what's your bonus, the aura bonus, Chooch? For Archie?
I want to say plus 4, but...
Okay,
class.
yeah, she's
Here we
good.
go,
She gets
here we go.
18.
So that would bring me up to 8 because I didn't add that.
Okay. Yeah, so Archie, Andri, and Nira.
Yeah, plus 4.
Well, and then Archie, with your horse, you're able to scramble up the side of the ground as it's starting to cave in, and make it up to where you are, safe on the side. Nira and Andri also managed to sort of scrabble over and not fall into the hole, but Amethyst, you are going to fall 10 feet, take only just 1 point of bludgeoning damage, but now you are at the bottom of a 10-foot sinkhole that has opened up. It is 30 feet across, and the tree that you were sort of enjoying the shadow of has now had half of its root structure just disintegrated, and so it's kind of tipped over, so where it's overhanging the sinkhole now, sideways.
Am I at risk of it falling on me?
It seems stable for now. It's not currently falling, but it doesn't look super stable. And we're going to go to the map.
Ooh.
All right, so my printer was acting up, so my tokens that I made for this actually don't look super great, and I'm annoyed about that. So, but these are these little lightning ball things.
Yeah.
I like them.
Archie's on vengeance there. Nira and Andri scrambled on the side of the sinkhole. Amethyst, you fell in. Your spiritual guardian or guardian of faith is kind of hovering right here over the center where you left it, Nira. And as you guys scramble up and try to climb out of this sinkhole, and Amethyst is kind of collects herself, finding herself prone at the bottom, you hear sort of the crackling sound that these things are making is and they're all in sync now. And then all of a sudden there's sort of an explosion down at the bottom of this sinkhole with you, Amethyst, and a humanoid shape that you have seen before but is now distorted. The silhouette, the hole in time and space that flickers between all the different sorts of fire and ice and everything. But now the humanoid shape is distorted. The legs are almost fused. One of the arms is monstrous and huge, and the other has turned into these long, strange tendrils of different sorts of energy. And it is down there in the hole with you, Amethyst. And we're rolling for initiative, everybody.
Hope I get it before he does. So shit. Okay, 10 for me.
I will say, Nira, that let's see, the Guardian of Faith doesn't have its own initiative. It acts on the turn of a creature that enters the space within 10 feet of it for the first time. So this thing on its turn will do that.
Okay. Well, I have a 20, not natural.
Okay.
15 for Archie.
Okay. Amethyst?
10.
Okay.
He's a hunter. That's fun.
Alaric.
8.
8. Plus you're 50 feet away.
Yeah, the crossbow has a range of 80, so I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that the held actions, since the earth literally fell under us.
Yeah, I
Blade.
feel like your attempt to scramble out and not fall in the hole is essentially gonna interrupted whatever that held action was gonna be.
I accept that.
Did my critters though, or did my fall?
No, you were taken off guard enough by the sinkhole that you were not able to cast your spell.
Okay. Fine.
You were focused on the little lightning things, and to be fair, they did something. But, you know what? How about this? Make essentially a concentration check to see if you were able to get the spell off while you were falling in a hole.
Goddamn 1. I'm switching dice right now.
You didn't manage to cast this one.
No, I did not.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, so the Rivertown ambiance from Tabletop Audio that we had been enjoying here on the stream is now going to become, let's see, I need to find more that seem like they're good for combat.
Yeah.
There's not as many there's lots of good like slow ambiance, but not as much for like we're fighting. So let's see. I keep losing the one that I like.
Clash of Kings.
That one has it's sort of a big, more like army sounds.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I always lose the one that I'm looking for.
One
here.
called Skirmish.
Skirmish is pretty good. I was looking for Dark Continent, but I always lose it. Meaning I'm looking for it on the screen and can't find it.
There's a search there, so.
Yeah, Dark Continent is what we're switching to. And this is, exciting drums.
We love you, tabletopaudio.com.
Yeah. All right. So, it is actually Elemental. You guys found out who that was, right? You figured it out?
Yeah,
It
it
was
was Zorath,
Yeah,
right?
so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't giving you your name when you actually hadn't heard that yet. Yes. So, Elemental Zorath goes first, but that also means that on his turn, he is triggering as he appears within 10 feet of the Guardian of Faith. It must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. And... it gets a 15.
It has to get 15.
Okay, so
that's the saving throw is
Yeah,
15.
so it's going to take half damage.
Yeah, so it'll take 10.
Yeah. So 10. So as it appears, this large, spectral mountain that you had summoned to act as a guardian flares and casts burning radiant energy down onto this strange shape that is emerged in this sinkhole. And now it is its turn, Zorath's turn, and let's see, what does he do? It looks up first towards you, Archie, and you feel like the world around you briefly seems like it's speeding up, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom. Natural 20 plus 7.
Okay. The brief moment where it feels like the time is speeding up and getting away from you fades. You're fine. So it did not take effect, and so the thing looks away from you. All right. Now it is these things, which I'm going to call stormlets. They are making their turn. So one of them is heading straight at you, Nira.
Is it within range of my thingy?
Well, okay, let's decide where
Gotta
it
love
is.
those thingies.
Because
I was
you summoned it right in front of you.
sinkhole.
But then the sinkhole, you summoned it before the sinkhole. And then the sinkhole opened up and you scrambled back. So we can decide now where it is, but I had thought of it as essentially right over the center of the sinkhole.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know if it was.
And
'cause,
so
like,
if this
that's
thing's coming
within
to you
10
from here, it's not within 10 feet of the Guardian of Fate. Okay, so it is coming at you, and as it streaks towards you, little forks of lightning begin to flash out of it, almost like a slashing claw. And it's gonna attack you twice like that. That's a 25.
Ouch.
And then the second one is a 22. Rolled high both times there. Okay, so that is, you're going to take 12 slashing damage from the first one and 6 slashing damage from the second. And you are now grappled by it.
So, I don't think it's going to do any good for me to use Wrath of the Storm because this is electricity and I think that just won't hurt it.
You can do it if you want. It will take your reaction. But up to you to decide if you want to use it or not.
Because I don't think... Does that push them back as well? Hold on.
When you do lightning damage, that's your sort of your pushback thing.
Right. Okay, so if I do that, there's the possibility that I can get ungrappled, right?
Yeah.
Pushes
I mean,
away.
if it is not immune to lightning damage.
Oh, okay, sure. We'll try it.
Okay. You channel your reaction, your divine energy into lashing out with electrical energy, and it turns out it is immune to lightning damage.
Yeah, figured.
Now we know.
But so as this thing has grappled you with these sort of like tendrils of electricity, it is actually you find that as it holds you, your lungs are paralyzed, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh no! Okay. Let's see. Strength. Plus 3. 16.
16 is enough, so you are able to hold your breath. Your diaphragm is paralyzed, essentially. That's what I meant to say, not your lungs themselves. But essentially, you can't make yourself take a breath, but you have a held breath. And the way that works, because we haven't really dealt with the rules for that, is if you manage to be holding your breath, you can hold it for 1 minute plus a number of minutes equal to your Constitution modifier, which in combat time is a while.
Right.
If, however, something makes you lose your held breath, you only can last that many rounds before you will go unconscious.
Okay.
But you
Fine.
managed to hold your breath. You are still grappled by this thing. And you get the feeling that you will be subject to that inability to breathe as long as you are grappled.
Yay, that's fun.
Yeah. Hey, Archie, another one. This one's coming at you.
Yay!
Yeah. So it is making
God
the
damn
same
it, I
two
wanted to
sort of
charge
slashing
it.
attacks. That's a 15, which is a miss for you. Right? And then an 18,
Miss.
because you got your shield out.
AC
Right?
20.
Okay, so both of those miss. These little things slashing out at you, but your armor is able to take it and and you are not slashed by it.
Grounded.
I should clarify that even though it does look like electricity, what you did take was slashing damage here, just in case that is relevant to anybody. It is somehow using this electricity to physically slash at you. All right, I'm clarifying that just from a mechanical standpoint. I don't read anything into that. I'm just saying this is how I built the creature. Okay. Amethyst. This one's coming at you, but it does actually pass through the Guardian of Faith's territory on its way to you. So it's coming in. It's going to attack you, but first it makes its dexterity saving throw. That's 14. So it's going to take 20. Okay. Yeah. So it definitely looks like it sputters a little bit as it is bathed in the radiant energy coming off of this Guardian of Faith. But then it's still coming to attack you, Amethyst. Wow, and that's a crit for that first one. Natural 20.
Oh no, I don't like your face right now.
Double natural 20s. Critted both times.
Bye, guys.
Okay, well, so the first attack is 19 slashing damage from the first attack. And then 17 for the second one.
Okay.
And
That's a lot.
because it hit with both, you are now grappled, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Strength.
You put away that die that rolled ones, right?
Oh, I did. Maybe I did.
I'm keeping
I
this
rolled.
one.
I critted. I got a 20. I got a 20.
So,
So
you also are able to maintain your held breath, but you are unable to control your breathing right now, and because it has got you grappled. Okay.
Oh wait. Bracers of the Thorn. Do they do anything?
Oh yeah. You took a melee attack, so yeah. The spectral thorns. Roll your damage for that.
2d6. 3. Wah.
Okay. All right. But it does take it. Take it. Okay. Nira, it is now your turn. You are grappled by this thing.
Okay, so sorry about this, guys, but I'm gonna try to help everybody. Might hurt a little bit. I'm gonna cast Thunderwave because it pushes things. It's a 15-foot cube originating from me.
Okay. Where are you trying to have this 15-foot cube be?
Well, it originates from me.
Well, so I have come around to the idea that it does not have to mean that you are in the center of the cube.
Okay.
It
All right.
just
What's
needs
the
to be
range?
adjacent
I'm a
to you.
fan of that.
So, for example, a 15-foot cube could be like this. Or it could be, like with you in the corner.
Well,
You have to be
I-
adjacent to it, but not in
Yeah.
the center.
Ideally, I would like to. I don't know that maybe I can't hit all three of these
You
things.
can't get all three in the same 15-foot cube.
Can I
Oh.
get the one off of Amethyst and myself, or no?
No, I
No.
mean, she is also 10 feet down in this hole.
Right. Okay. So, but the one by Archie, would it hit that, and the one by me, or no?
No. Well, okay. Technically, this one is here, so yes, you can. You
Okay.
can have it be like this.
Okay. So I want to do that.
Thunderwave gets everything though, right? It's not like
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody needs
why
to
she
make a
apologized.
constitution.
yeah. Your horse too.
Sorry, Archie.
Archie.
Okay.
Yep.
Constitution.
One of the Stormlets got a 14, one got a 17. I think it makes most sense for the one closest to you to get the worst of it. So
Yeah.
I'll say that's the one that does get pushed.
All right, and it was I rolled 13 damage. So
Okay.
if they fail, they take half that.
Archie
they
gets
succeed, they take
13.
Right?
Horse gets 8.
Okay, so that means that both Archie and, oddly enough, that means that Archie and the horse get pushed 10 feet, 15 feet.
10.
Okay. And not the Stormlet. Archie, I am going to have you make a dexterity saving throw to stay on the horse.
Sure.
So the one on me gets pushed away, correct?
Yes.
All right.
So the grapple is broken.
All right. And as a bonus, I would like to cast Sanctuary on Amethyst.
Okay, is that a touch or no?
Hold on. I guess I should probably look at that.
I mean, you can move. You can jump down into the hole to do it if you need to, but
I don't think I want to do that though.
well, it's up to you.
It says range, 30 feet.
Okay.
So I ward a creature within range against attack.
Okay, so what that means is that anyone that wants to attack Amethyst would need to make a saving throw, correct?
Right. So, okay. So wait, before I do that, would that break the current grapple or keep it from...
No, if she's already grappled, it would not
Okay.
break the grapple.
But it's gonna keep her from getting hurt again next time, so...
Yeah, I mean, it
Okay.
can't attack her again.
I'm still gonna do that.
Yeah, so she would
Thank
still
you.
be grappled and difficulty breathing, but it couldn't, like, damage her further. No other things could attack her without having to make a saving throw.
Okay.
All right. That's a bonus
Thank you,
action.
baby.
The Sanctuary is a bonus action.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
One bonus action.
All right.
Nice.
That's your turn. Are you going to move at all? Right now, you're sort of
So-
just barely on the side of this sinkhole.
Yeah, I want to try to get towards the other side of the Guardian of Faith, so away from the shiny things.
Like around the...
Yeah, around there, more towards
Okay.
the other
So,
side.
like-
yeah.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Andre's turn. She
My
is...
deck save was 13 for my horse.
Okay, yeah, you managed to stay on your horse.
Okay.
Thank you. Andri is going to finish making sure she's out of the hole, and she's going to slash at this thing, this Stormlet.
Why is Andrew always standing next to the things I'm going to shoot?
Starla says that about us and like everything.
That's a 25 for the first slash. Only an 11 for the second. First hits, the second does not. And that's... There. Wow, she rolled high on the damage. That's 14 damage from that one arrow. She basically maxed out her damage from that arrow.
Ooh.
She's firing a bow at it or slashing at it?
Oh no, yeah, it was the short sword. I'm sorry. She has weird, like, don't worry too much about the math of her attacks. They're not based on like standard weapon damage.
Sure. Just if she was using a bow, she'd be at a disadvantage being so close.
Yes, she was slashing with her short sword or stabbing. Technically, short sword is piercing damage.
Yeah.
Okay. But she does do that damage to it, and then she just looks down at you in the hole, Amethyst, and says, "Are you okay?"
I'm doing good.
You can't answer because you can't breathe.
DM troll.
Yeah. I forgot I couldn't talk.
Gotta love him. Okay, so Archie, it is your turn.
Okay, so
Up
I
here.
am going to swing Vengeance around so that I can do a 20-foot charge into
right.
this thing.
Yep. At the stormlet here that's on the...
Yeah.
Okay, now, tell me exactly where your charge is, because you don't probably want to charge into the hole. Just thinking.
Danger hole.
Honestly, he's not thinking that far.
Okay?
He wants to, so the horse is going to charge and, come down and
I
maim
think
it.
your horse would probably be aware of not wanting to charge straight into a hole.
Not wanting to charge into a hole, and that's fair.
Okay, but it's also a supernatural horse that's under your telepathic
Right.
control.
Call
Alright,
to vengeance.
Yep. So, you're
I mean,
gonna
the
make...
essential
go ahead.
thing is to hit this thing and, trample the hooves.
Okay. Yeah, so what... We'll deal with how close you
So-
are to the hole after your attacks.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make your attacks.
All right, so it makes a melee. So it makes a 15
Okay.
hoof attack.
15 hits.
2d6 plus 4. 2 plus 4, so 6 points of damage.
This thing does not seem to mind getting bludgeoned at all.
Oh. A creature that hits with the hoof attack on the same turn. Target must succeed on a DC 14
It will still have to make...
strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
It is floating. It is immune to prone.
Gotcha. So it's not prone, so the horse cannot make another attack. Fair.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
that's the
The warhorse's attacks are not ideally suited to floating lightning balls.
crazy. It's cool. So Archie's gonna do his his long sword attack, and 16.
Okay. Yeah. 16 hits.
Cool. So it gets 1d8 plus 2, and then he's gonna use his bonus to juice it up.
Alright.
So 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay. It does take that.
And he juices it up with this blinding smite, which does 3d8 radiant. $11 points. And I think there's like a save. 3d8 radiant damage. Additionally, the target must succeed on a con saving throw or be blinded. So it may not
Let's
matter.
try that. It gets 5, but it's hard to tell from just looking at it whether this lightning bolt is blind or not.
Right. There.
How many fingers are you holding up? No. How many swords are you holding up?
Oh, he gets his second attack.
Yep.
Sorry. 18
Okay. Yeah. 18 hits.
and a standard longsword. 9 points of damage. Slashing. Magical slashing.
Pop, pop, sputter, sputter. It's still going, but it's definitely been taking damage. It's
All right.
flickering
Archie
flicker
out?
looking. And speaking of Archie out, let's have you and your horse make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. 2 saves or 1 for just me?
Well, one.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
one
right.
for the two of you using your horse's.
Gotcha.
Dexterity.
Gotcha. Okay, so his dex. Where did I put it? Dex is 12, so I don't think that's any bonus.
12 is +1.
Oh, +1. Cool. 3!
3. You guys. Well, so I will allow you to make a dexterity saving throw of your own.
Gotcha.
Your horse is going in the hole.
Right. 6.
You're both going in the hole.
Woohoo!
And you're both going
Welcome
to
to
take
the
2
hole.
bludgeoning
Oh, wait.
damage as you fall into the hole, and you fall off the horse and land prone. You're both prone.
Let's
Whole
get
party.
crowded down there.
Yep.
You're missing a party, honey.
I wouldn't say missing.
You recognize too, those of you down in the bottom of the hole. You realize that like it's the dirt is just gone. It's not like there's a cave or somewhere for it to have gone that you can see. There's not like water. It's just all gone. Like it just disappeared. Okay. Amethyst, your turn. You are grappled. Can't breathe. You're also got big old elemental Zorath right in your face too.
Right. So, is he the one that has me? He's got me grappled.
No, it's
my
the
throat?
little stormlet that has you grappled.
Okay, so that's the guy I'm dealing with.
You can just use your action to do athletics or acrobatics to break your grapple. Also, because you can, do your wild shape. Like if you were to wild shape and do a bigger shape, that would also break the grapple. I would say.
But the dude next to me is the one that's got me grappled.
It's the
Okay.
little stormlet right there, with its little lightning arms.
And since I had my breath, I've got like a round or two to figure this out.
Technically speaking, because you're holding your breath, you can last one. So whatever your con modifier is, I want to say it's +3. It means you can hold your breath for 4 minutes, which in combat time is forever.
Okay.
But
Then I'm gonna
every time you take damage, you're at risk of losing your held breath.
If I wanted to, could I shift into wild shape right now?
Yeah.
That means I can do it on the next turn too. So I'm going to cast Confusion.
All right.
And I want to, it's a 10-foot radius sphere, but I really only want to get the dude next to me. So like further out to the right, like past us, so that it's just hitting
this?
him. Right, because that's Andrea above me, right?
Right, but you don't want to get Zorath too?
Oh, I thought that was Zorath. Yeah, let me hit
So
Zorath.
you got a little stormlet right here. This is
I thought that was
Zorath.
part of the background.
No.
I thought, yeah, okay. So it's
This-
two little spritey things in Zorath. Okay.
Well,
I
a
didn't-
10-foot. You can get. You could get these two or these two.
Let me get Zorath and the dude
All right.
next to me.
That makes,
I hate to ask, but does she have to breathe to cast a spell?
that's a good point. Let's
Got
say.
somatic components.
Well, how about this? Let me look at it. Confusion, the spell, does have somatic components, or verbal. It does have verbal. So, what I'm going to say is, you can cast it by sacrificing your held breath, which would mean that you would have 4 rounds, not 4 minutes.
Let me do it. I want to try it.
All right. You use the last bit of breath. held
Starla,
in your
stop
lungs
laughing at me, Starla. I
to-
see you.
to
I
speak
can't hear
the
you,
words
but I
to
see
cast this spell, this confusion spell on the every creature within the 10-foot radius around you. Well, let's see. Is it a point you choose within range? So you can have it be just those two. So they make wisdom saving throws. First, the
Zorath is
stormlet rolls a 5, so that's going to be a fail. And then Zorath rolls a 3.
Wow.
So they are both confused. And so on their turns, they're going to roll the d10 to see if how they react to the confusion spell. All right. So, and technically, because that's an action, your wild shape is a bonus action, so you could do that now too. That's your Circle of the Moon thing.
Yeah.
There's really no good reason I can think of why you wouldn't do that now.
I mean, I had a reason, but it's not certainly good enough to hold on to with being down to 39. I took so much damage on that one attack last time. I'm gonna shift into Giant Eagle.
Okay. So, your Giant Eagle is gonna look better when my printer's working.
Oh, she's beautiful.
It'll be actually white instead of like yellow or yellow colored. But so as your shape changes, you slip out of the grapple of this thing, and so you can actually move now if you want. However, let's see if they're. I'm just trying to figure out if a spell, a creature under confusion that hasn't acted yet still gets reactions. It doesn't say they don't. Oh, can't take reactions. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, yeah. So that means with them both confused, you are actually free and clear to fly away.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up. I'm just gonna fly up in the air. Where's Nira? Oh, there she is. Yeah, I'm gonna fly up closer to Andri.
Okay.
Like next to Andri.
All right. Okay, that's your turn, Alaric. You're 50 feet away.
All right. I'm always missing all the fun.
And damage.
So I will use my entire movement to move 25 closer, and then I'll use my bonus to move 25 closer, which basically puts me there, I think, because I'm 50 feet away. So
if you just moved 50 feet, then I'll say you can be basically back up to the.
All right.
Yeah.
Is the horse or Anarchy close enough to be counted for my sneak attack? Close enough to the thing. Guess they're not really adjacent to it, are they? All right. I'm so nervous about shooting towards Andrew. But I will.
Well, there is also another one of these things. That's next to. There's another one of the stormlets.
Yeah.
And then there's actually another one over here that's kind of hard to see on our window because it's where you guys are.
The rogue's getting rogue.
Yeah, that's the one that Nira pushed away from her.
Gotcha.
All right, actually, what's my range for?
Because we haven't really even completed a full round yet. This is a slow-moving combat so far. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Right. As I run in, I call out, Andrew, duck! And I will shoot towards the one that is next to Andrew.
Okay.
With the crossbow to start with. Mm-hmm. At least that's not a 1. That was 14.
14 unfortunately misses.
I'm so scared of these dice now.
I still call it a success.
And then I whip out the dagger at it as well.
Okay.
In range for that. Oh, it's getting worse. I was an 11.
Oh, okay.
I'm so nervous.
Unfortunately, yeah, both of those missed.
Yeah, I told Andrew to duck, and I was so nervous focusing on that I didn't hit anything.
Well, it's also it's a weird little floating lightning ball. It's not like a normal target dummy that you've practiced with.
Nothing is like a normal practice dummy. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Can we face practice dummies next time?
Yeah.
I can clean those things out. All right, I am done.
All right. So that actually brings us back up to Zorath's turn, but Zorath is confused. So let's see. It gets to make a rolls a d10 to see what happens to it. That's a 5, which means the creature doesn't move or take actions this turn. But it gets to make a new Wisdom saving throw. Oh, but that's only a 6. Still confused.
Wow.
Nice.
Hey.
Sweet.
Lucky you guys.
I know.
Because he used his whole action to do one spell on the first turn, and that didn't work either. So you haven't really even seen what his regular stuff is.
Neener, neener.
Got all these mystical energy tendrils, and they're not doing anything. All right, but it is the Stormlet's turn, so we're going to do this one first, which is also under the confusion spell. So it rolls a 2, which also means does not move or take actions this turn.
Sweet.
It gets its own wisdom saving throw, and that's a 9, so still confused. That was a good
I love
tactical
it.
move. It's working out for you.
Yeah, so far.
Okay, but these other two are still going. So this one right here, despite Alaric having just shot at it and Andri just slashed at it, it ignores both of them and starts to attack you as the eagle.
That's fair.
Amethyst. So it's attacking your eagle shape. So your eagle AC. That's a 15.
My Eagle AC is 13.
Yeah, so 15 hits, 11 doesn't. So you're going to take another 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
But you're not
Okay.
grappled because it only hit you with 1.
Cool.
All right. And then this one is going to and attack you in the hole, Archie. You're prone.
Ooh.
And so
In the
it gets
hole?
to attack with advantage.
All right.
He's good. Back you in the hole, baby.
I'm weak to hole attacks.
That's a 24 for the first one.
Hits.
And a 20 for the second one. Not natural, but so
Also hits.
yeah. So that's 2 hits. You're going to take 12 slashing damage from the first, 8 from the second. You are also grappled, and I need a strength saving throw to see if you can hold your breath.
Okay. $24
Yeah.
for the
so,
saving
yeah.
throw.
You're able to hold your breath, but you did take
And I
that.
will react with my hellish rebuke.
Okay.
And whew, what is it? Fire damage. What is it? 2D. Okay. Nine points of fire damage.
All right. Fire flicks over it and disrupts its electrical balances for a moment.
Which flicks my other feet, so I also erupt in flames.
All right. You are still grappled.
Yes.
Okay. That is the Stormlets. Nira, your turn.
All right, so what enemies are within 30 feet of me? The 2 Stormlets and Zorath?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to try one of my new spells.
Okay.
That I have not got it, and I'm excited about this. I was debating on using Insect Plague, but I gotta go with Destructive Wave.
Destructive Wave. All right.
Destructive Wave.
Aw.
So every creature that I choose within 30 feet of me must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 5d6 thunder damage, as well as
Sheesh.
5d6 radiant or necrotic damage, my choice. And I'm going to
Okay.
choose necrotic damage.
Every
Before we
creature
do that,
that you
let me. Before, we'll get that in
Nice.
just a moment. But I just remembered that both this and Zorath and the one Stormlet should have done their Guardian of Faith check on their turn.
do
so
they get that again?
Until the Guardian of Faith goes away. Until
okay.
it does 60 total damage. I think it's only done 30 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zorath,
Dexterity.
that's 16.
Yep.
And the Stormlet, they're actually both pretty good at dexterity, but the second Stormlet actually fails that time. So Zorath takes another 10. The Stormlet takes 20, and then that's Guardian of Faith.
Yep.
It fades away. but now your destructive wave.
Yes.
Okay. So you reach out your righteous holy
Strike
warhammer,
the ground.
and it zooms out through there, and then it says each creature you choose. And so Archie, you and Vengeance, despite being in the bottom of the hole as this everything starts to shake around you, you find yourself on stable ground. It's just shaking around you. So that's 2 Constitution saving throws for these stormlets.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11 and a 9 for those 2. So they're going to take
20 thunder damage, and let's see,
Oh God.
11, 15, 17, 21. 21 necrotic damage.
Okay. This one is just obliterated. And then, this one looks really weak right now. It's sputtering dramatically. Also, let me make the saving throw for Zorath. That's a 7. So
Wow.
also going to take all that damage. So it was 20 thunder damage
40,
and
20 thunder damage and 21 necrotic damage.
okay. Let me double check which. All right. Yeah, that's a big hit.
I like that spell.
Nice. I mean, I really like Sanctuary too, though. I gotta say, I'm a fan of that. But this one's really, dang.
So this stormlet, it can't be prone, but this strange flickering form of Zorath does seem to sort of fall over on its side.
We
All
tend to
right.
knock him down a lot.
He gets knocked down.
But he gets up again. Yeah, we're gonna keep him down.
All right.
Oh yes, we will.
Nice work, Nira. Are you any bonus action movement?
Let me see.
Wait.
Is how is everybody health wise? Like,
Good.
is anybody like really hurting? I think
Amethyst took some hits.
I'm fine.
she's an eagle, so
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna,
and I've got another
hang
one,
on.
so
I'm gonna hang on to it.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Andrew's turn. So she's gonna try to slash at this one attacking you, Amethyst. That is a 17. That'll hit, and then that will miss. So that's another. It's another 9 damage on that one.
okay. Right on. I'm still an eagle.
Okay. That's Andrew's turn. Archie, you are prone and grappled and at the bottom of a hole.
Not a good place to be. So I want to try to break the grapple.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics. Yeah.
Yep. You are able to break the grapple. You are no longer grappled, and now you find once again you are able to breathe normally. But that was your action to force this
That
thing
was
off
my
of you.
action. So I could do a bonus action. Yeah, I don't want to do a bonus action.
Are you, I
just
would
yet,
imagine
so-
you're standing up at least.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. Use my movement to
All right, and then probably
come up from prone.
Vengeance would at least not be prone anymore. Also, I would think.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. That's your turn.
Oh, so
Amethyst.
technically, Vengeance could get unprone and try to attack it, even though we know it won't damage it, but it might distract it.
Yeah.
So a hoove attack
Okay.
is 19.
He bats at it ineffectually with his hooves. All right. Amethyst, is your turn. You are an eagle. One of these things is attacking you, slashing at you with its little lightning claws.
Is Zorath still prone?
Yes. And you feel that the confusion spell is also still affecting it.
I'm gonna go attack him.
All right.
Wait, wait. Does he?
You
does
got
that
one of
break the
these
spell?
right here. So, I don't think so. He gets to make a save on his turn. Yeah.
I believe Sanctuary breaks if you attack.
Well, no, not Sanctuary, but Confusion.
Confusion. Yeah, I think I can attack it. So
Well,
yeah.
but I mean, yeah. So the Sanctuary is worn off because she's done.
Right.
She's done stuff that would break it. I think. She cast Confusion. But the Confusion has not worn off, and would not wear off if she attacks him. So she can do that. However, this one's going to get an opportunity attack as you move away from it.
Oh, I forgot about that crap. I mean that mechanic,
19, so that is going to hit.
of course.
That's another 13 slashing damage.
So that knocks me down to 0.
That means you poof back into your human form. Poof. And, so, yeah, I'll have you make a dexterity check to try to land on your feet rather than flop prone, as you were poofed back into human form.
I can't use my action to change forms again.
Well, not instantaneously.
Okay.
You just got slashed out of your, take enough damage to pop you back. You can't before you hit the ground.
I'm falling. I'm
No.
scrambling. Can I change into wild form? Oh, no, damn. Okay, so yeah, I rolled a 1.
Okay, yeah, I think you land prone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got greedy.
Yeah. You do still have an action and some movement though, if you want, and you could bonus action back into another shape if you wanted. You have one more wild shape before you would need to rest.
I'm sorry to ask, but what is the health status of these dudes?
Well,
They've all taken damage, but none of them are one of them's been dispelled already, right?
one of them has been destroyed. The one near Archie seems like it's flickering more weakly than it had been before. But I mean, they don't show really obvious signs of injury exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals then.
Okay. What are you bringing in?
I'm gonna do 2 giant eagles, one over Zorath, and the one over Andrea and I, next to Andrea and I.
All right. That's your extra giant eagle. Let's see if I have the giant eagle from the other day. Okay. I have your rhino from that one.
I don't know if that could reach a floating lightning ball.
This is a shark that actually is like an eagle.
Perfect.
Where was the other one? You were saying one over Zorath and one over...
The one that just attacked me.
Okay.
I'm bitter.
Okay. They need to each make their own initiative roll.
A 9 for the eagle. A 19 for the second eagle. I almost said shark.
Which one is which?
So the lower one was on the one next to Zorath, and the 19 was on the one next to me.
Okay. All right. Now is your turn. You can stand up with your movement if you want.
I would love to stand up.
All right. Then you would still have 3 squares worth of movement and a bonus action if you did want to change back into another shape.
I'm going to turn into a giant eagle.
All right. Well, so we'll keep this as your giant eagle,
Okay.
and we'll grab another shark. It's actually an eagle.
Beware the dreaded eagle shark,
You'll eat your face.
which flaps in the pond.
I had another one of these a second ago. Okay.
Bam.
All right, and then this one was up there. Okay, so that's your turn. Now it is the this eagle's turn now, so it can attack Zorith in your stead.
It shall. So multi-attack. First will be beak.
And the thing is still prone, right?
Yes.
So I get to roll it with advantage.
Yep.
Thanks, Mark. Ooh, that makes it 22.
Okay.
That's way better than before.
I want to check something because I always forget. I don't think that conjured animal attacks count as magical, despite them being summoned magically. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, 22 hits.
Yes, and the damage is 5.
Okay.
No, 4. Sorry, 4.
As it tears at Zorith's form, its talons don't seem to be able to actually harm its form.
The second attack is 20.
All right. And once again, you can roll the damage, but it's clawing and tearing
They're not
it, but it's not seeming to make any sort of piercing or headway into this Zorith's strange shape. All right. So that's that eagle. Alaric, your turn.
All right. It's been such a long time. I'm gonna go full cinematic. So,
Okay.
looks at the crossbow, sets it down, shrugs, backs up 10 feet, runs forward those 10 feet, and leaps, summoning the dagger with my bonus action in full flight. I'm going down to hit the guy in the
You're
ground.
gonna jump onto Zorith down there. All right.
All right.
That's very cinematic. Let's see how it lands.
Yeah, well, advantage because he's still prone. That's why I was really waiting for that, hopefully.
Yep.
All right, just going to make sure I get my dice. So that's cocked. Double fours? Are you kidding me? 12.
Okay. Oh, see, for a second I was thinking double fours, like if you're rolling your d4 for the dagger damage, but no.
No.
Okay.
That was somehow, yeah. All
Yeah,
right, let's try that
unfortunately.
again. It kind of glances off something, I guess, as I clumsily land, but I have a second attack.
Yeah, you're so focused on making sure that you land safely that you manage to keep your feet, but not pierce him with that first downward stroke. But then slashing again.
And the crazy dagger fight again. Well, I'm glad it's with advantage because that was a 1 otherwise, but it is a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Now, the eagle's there, but even if it wasn't, I've been wanting to use the new thing I just got from being a rogue swashbuckler, but it is my rakish audacity. So I get my sneak attack, even just if I was alone at this point.
Yep.
I've been wanting to do something useful. Okay, that is 18 points of piercing damage with the magic dagger.
Okay.
And action surge. So I am literally the murderer at this point, just diving in with this dagger. Just all right.
You're like a one dwarf Roman Senate.
That is 24 hit.
24 4 to hit hits. Yeah.
All right. I don't even know who this guy is, which is also kind of funny. That is 14 points.
You've
Piercing
also
damage?
not seen him do anything harmful to any of your allies. For all you know, he is summoned here, trapped by these lightning balls, just like the rest of you. Anyway,
He doesn't
I'm sorry.
really
What
look
was
like
the
a great
damage?
guy, and he came with the sparkly
Technically,
things.
you did fight his spectral goblins when you were on the train coming back from the mine.
Oh, those are his? Well,
Yeah.
that's definitely bad then. And the last attack is...
So I missed the damage for that last one that you just said.
12. No, 14. 14.
Oh,
And the last hit is 23 to hit.
that hits.
I really want at least one crit. I never get to crit. All right. Oh, wow. Almost minimal damage, so 10 points.
Still,
not
even
shabby.
still, you guys, your dwarven companion has just going to town with this magic dagger. And poor confused Zorath is going like, what is going on? He's not saying anything.
That's true. He's completely unaware. I feel really bad.
Keep it up.
He's not unaware. He's just confused.
Why are you doing this to me? I didn't do anything to you. Who are you?
He literally hasn't even gotten to do anything yet. He cast a spell that didn't work, and he's been confused ever since.
The way we like it.
All right. Okay, so that was your turn. Yeah. Right. It is his turn again now, so he's going to roll a d10, see how the confusion spell affects him. That's a 6, which I believe is still again just no move or actions this turn. He does get to make his saving throw. This time he makes it. He is able to once again shake off the confusion spell. And you guys
now,
see that
now
he
looks really
has
unhappy.
purpose, and but that is at the end of his turn. So he is not only like he's still prone even. All right, that is his turn. Now the Stormlets. Archie, you're getting another 2 of these attacks. You're prone again, or not prone rather, no longer
Yeah.
prone. So it's not with advantage, but it rolls a 20. Not natural, but
Armor classes 20.
yeah.
Tie goes
Okay.
to the runner.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like meet it to beat it is the way I. So basically 1 hit, and then a 15 which doesn't hit. So that's another 10 slashing damage.
Slashing damage, okay. I can use my... Oh, no, I can't.
Hellish
Cool.
Rebuke I think is just once per day.
Yeah, and the other... My shield is elemental only. How many points was that?
10.
10.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Amethyst, this one is continuing to attack you.
Rude.
Yeah. That's another crit.
Ooh!
And then the other one is a 22, so it's hitting both with both.
Well, it's just as well that Eagle didn't do any damage
That's
anyway.
6 slashing from one and 9 from the other. So that's a total of 15 slashing damage. But now, as an eagle, you are grappled, and I need a strength saving throw with the eagle's strength.
Caw.
Strength is +3. Hey, that strength is so much better than my own. Oh, that's like 1,000 points almost, and it's 20. I'm kidding.
Okay, yeah, so you are able to hold your eagle breath, but you are grappled again by this one right here. Okay, that is their turn. Nira.
All right, so I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
Girl.
I am going to
You seem to
cast
say that a lot.
Banishment on Zorath.
Okay.
Think big.
That's-
Because I don't know if he counts as being from this plane or not. I have no clue.
right.
He was, I think.
All right. That's a charisma saving throw.
Yes.
Once upon a time.
Okay. What happens when you cast this spell is there's this sort of magical envelope that forms around and then disappears whatever it is that you've banished. but when it tries to collect around Zoreth's form, it seems to, like, the air seems to sizzle around, and then it actually explodes outwards. And Archie and Alaric and this eagle, I need dexterity saving throws.
All right.
Whoa, did not see that. Sorry, guys.
Awesome.
Eagle got a 16,
Okay.
and that was
21.
interesting enough. It needed to
good.
happen.
Also one for your horse, Archie.
Oh yeah.
22.
Okay.
Nice.
And horse
Worth it.
dex is 12. 13.
Yeah. So no damage for any of you, but you basically find yourself briefly kind of pushed back just a little bit by this sort of weird magical shockwave that resounds off of Zoreth's form.
He can do that.
Make an intelligence or arcana check, Nira.
Arcana is 3, intelligence should be 3, so it doesn't matter either way. It's a 21.
You get the sense that somehow what's happening to Zoreth in this state he's currently in, he is somehow kind of in all the planes at once already.
Oh, that's weird.
You think that that might be why banishing him didn't work.
Okay.
All right. This eagle's turn. Amethyst. Oops. You may be muted. You're muted.
Because I'm a professional. No. So I'm going to do... I mean,
Well, I would think that I up to you. I'm just guessing.
yeah. I'm going to... So I'm the blue eagle right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use my beak attack 13 on the elemental thing.
13 misses.
Okay, so then I'm going to do my talons attack. And that misses too.
Okay.
Yeah, that missed.
Alas.
Flop, flop.
Okay, Andrew's turn. She's going to try to keep slashing at this thing, hoping to get it off of you.
Good old Andrew.
That's a 14. It's going to miss, unfortunately. That's a 21. That will hit. And then... That's another 12 damage on that one, which... Is that the... Yeah. That one is looking very weak now, but it's not quite gone. But she's slashing at it, but it looks like it can't take much more, but it's still around. Archie.
Yes. So I'm going to use... Okay. I'll do bonus action first and cast a Shield of Faith to increase my armor class to 22.
Okay.
And attack twice against this lightning ball thing.
All right.
Longsword of Vengeance. Yeah. I got 20 and 28.
Okay. Both of those hit. And, you know, don't even bother rolling the damage. You just and this thing just pop, pop. Sparks kind of drift to the ground. And it is destroyed.
Sweet. And then I'll encourage Vengeance to attack the big nasty thing at the bottom of the hole.
Okay.
As a... Ooh. No, it's only a 10.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, the uneven ground at the bottom of the hole is difficult for a Vengeance to maneuver.
All right.
Okay. Amethyst, you and your regular self are up. Meaning you're in eagle form, but not your conjured.
So I'm going to change
You are.
out of.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I was like, am I muted again?
No. So, but you are grappled. So if you change back into human form, it will break the grapple. But that will be you'll be out of wild shape.
Right. Right. So let me. I'll do that,
Okay.
and then I want to cast. So Zorath's still there. He didn't go anywhere. I'm going to cast Blight on Zorath.
Okay. What saving throw is that?
That
Wanna
is
say
a long
Constitution?
description. It is Constitution, yes.
That's a 12.
So I need it to break 14, right? My spell save DC?
Yep. So he fails. Save.
He fails.
Mhm.
So 8d8 necrotic damage.
That's a lot.
I know. 8.
Sweet.
8, so 16. 19. 25. 28. Jeez. 36. 42. 44.
Wow.
Go, Amy.
Okay.
Amy. Amethyst?
Amy, yeah.
Wait a minute. It's like, who the hell's Amy?
All right. So, next is your eagle that's over Zorath right now. Although, as you kind of discovered last time, its attacks didn't seem to have much effect.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see much to do with it.
I mean, you could have it come over attack that one.
Oh, right, because it was... Okay, yeah, let me have it go over there.
Yep.
So... Beak! 722. Oh, wait. That was 1d6, I think. So the damage on that was 2. No, 1d6 plus... Well, let me double check.
It only had 1 hit point, so that'll be enough. If it hits. Yeah. You muted yourself again, but yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. So you have destroyed all the stormlets.
Yay, the stormlets are gone.
Woot woot.
All right, Alaric. You're down there with Zorath, who has taken some really powerful hits, and he is looking significantly less sort of like his form seems to be distorting even further from the humanoid shape that it was already distorted from.
Well, this kind of cosmic stuff is way above my pay grade. He didn't stand up, though, did he?
No,
All right.
confusion had him taking no action, but he only snapped out of it just at the end of his turn.
All right. Well, then we're going to have to do some stabbing. I think that's
Stab.
the order of the day. As I stand up on, was it 4 foot something or other, and then come down with the dagger. Once again, I'm really glad I have advantage because I'm rolling a lot of ones. That is 24.
Okay, yeah, I mean 24 hits.
Sneak attack, because I'm within 5 feet. No other creatures within 5 feet of it. Because I have fancy footwork. 12 points. Sorry. Yes, 12 points. Let me try that again. Because I ain't got any fancy spells. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
I'm doing this I'm very much a murder hobo at the moment, I just realized, but that's okay.
That's okay. We need a murder hobo right now.
That is a 20-point hit.
Now, remind me how you're getting to 20 on a non-sneak attack.
It is a sneak attack.
The second
My
one
fancy-
shouldn't be.
Uh,
Sneak attack
Oh,
only
shit.
applies to the first attack.
sorry, 10 points of damage.
Okay. Just.
No, that's fair.
Formidable.
Okay. All right. He has taken some substantial blows. He is not gone yet. And
Oh.
it's his turn.
Whole, like, is there any maneuverability around in here?
Well, I mean, I don't. There's only a very limited area that you could sort of get out of his immediate melee range. Is that what you want, or?
Yeah. So can I circle around him and then step back
Yeah.
at least 5 feet?
And because you got your super swashbuckly thing, because when you make a melee attack, you get disengaged for free.
Essentially,
That's
yeah.
a neat rogue swashbuckler thing, because you got your new subclass, right?
Yep.
All right.
My rakish audacity.
Is that what that one is? I was
Yeah.
thinking that was, well, whatever.
There's fancy footwork as well.
That's
oh, no,
what-
actually, sorry.
I think
fancy
fancy
footwork is the one that gives me that.
Yeah, yeah.
Gives
Okay,
me the sneak attack.
but it is Zorath's turn, and so now he's going to actually do an attack.
No shit.
Okay. Okay. Tendrils, these long tendrils emerging from what looks like it would have been his left arm, streak out at Nira and Otterkey and Amethyst, reach each of you. And so Nira, Otterkey, Amethyst in this order. That's a 14. Does that? I don't think that hits
No.
you, Nira, right? Yeah. And then a 13 against Otterkey, and then
Nope.
a 19 against Amethyst.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. This tendril snakes out around you, and it's going to do... Okay, it doesn't do any direct damage, but it grapples you, and then pulls you into the hole up to it, adjacent with it.
Of course.
And then it takes,
I mean,
holding you with one of these little tendrils, it rears up that big monstrous hand, and it's just going to basically pound on you. It's going to make 4 attacks with advantage because you are grappled.
Ew.
Mm. That's a not natural 20. That is a 21. Actually, that was the first roll with advantage. Excuse me. So 21. That's a 14. It's a 14. Yeah. Okay. 13. Nope. That's a crit. Okay, so that's 3 regular hits and a critical hit.
Oof.
And
Be ready with them heals, y'all, because this ain't good. Or I guess the revivify.
I
so
didn't equip it.
But Viv needs revivify.
Neither did I.
No, I can spare
Okay.
the dying.
so
Both you.
this is a let's see, 19 bludgeoning damage for the first one.
Okay. I'm still alive so far.
Caw.
You said 19, right?
Yeah. Only 8 bludgeoning damage for the second one.
I'm alive.
But then we have the crit. $26.
Oh, I'm yeah, that's negative 14. That leaves me at negative 14.
All right. And then it's going to hit you again, which it
Rude.
automatically is going to succeed at and get a critical because you are unconscious,
Right.
and it's so that's 2 failed death saving throws. Your body is still grappled by its tendril. All right.
Feeling great, guys.
That is Zorath's turn.
Fuck Zorath.
Nira, it is your turn. You just saw it snake out these tendrils at all 3 of you, but then as you ducked aside, you see it snag Amethyst, pull her into the hole, and then just BAM! 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 BAM!
So I can spare the dying, but I have to touch her, which means I have to go down in the hole.
So she's not sparing the dying. Because I know Nira.
Well, but see, if we survive this, and then I have a long rest, then I can bring you back from the dead tomorrow.
You only did for a day. How about you?
Get to her in this turn.
And we'll be stuck with a, corpse for a day.
Well, that'll slow us down.
Oh, God. Why you do this to me?
You're the healer.
So, okay.
That is a fantastic exchange right there.
Thank you for saying it, Mark.
Okay, so, but if I cast Healing Word, will that give her hit points back, or does... So, okay, so I don't actually have to go do that.
Yeah, healing word will give her restore the hit points. She'll still be grappled and prone and all, but no
I won't be
longer.
dead, hopefully.
Okay, and I can use that as a bonus action. So, can I also... Hold on. I actually had a plan before she died.
Almost died.
So
Sorry
my original idea, I was going to call the lightning. So can I still use Healing Word as a bonus action with that? Because it doesn't
Yes.
say it's a concentration. I don't see it. It lasts 10 minutes.
Healing word is not.
Yeah,
Call lightning
neither is. Are you sure? It says it lasts 10 minutes.
I'm pretty sure call lightning is concentration.
Am
Am I wrong?
for it? I don't.
I mean, I might be wrong, but that seems like the sort of spell that would be a concentration spell to me.
It is.
Hold on. I'm reading it.
Under duration, if you look
Yeah,
on
like
DBL,
duration, it
it's got
has a
that.
little C.
Yeah, it says 10 minutes. It doesn't say concentration.
It has a little C in a diamond. That means concentration.
I don't see that anywhere.
Where are you
Oh,
looking
you're.
at?
Oh, I see. I see. Up near the. Yeah, near the actual thing. Can I use the bonus action first then?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll use Healing Word.
And you can, if you've got a concentration spell, you can cast other non-concentration spells.
Okay. Well, Healing Word is a non.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the dice for the healing word.
It's just 1d4 plus 3, right? Yeah. Okay. So that is 6 total.
All right.
Get the hell out of
So
there.
you are back up at 6 health points. Amethyst, you kind of blink your eyes away. You are still grappled by this thing's tendril.
All right, and I am
I
calling.
blow
the
a
lightning.
kiss to you, Nira. Mwah!
All right.
Call
you call
the
lightning and you summon the thunderhead forms overhead.
And
Yeah,
I want
that's
it to
where-
strike so that it won't actually hit her because it's like a 5 foot.
It does. So you can make it not the lightning not hit her. She is literally grappled by it.
I guess that's true. But she just got the. I should have waited for the Healing Word and then hit her with the lightning first.
Actually, that would have killed her.
Yeah, if you had done
Yeah,
the lightning
right.
first,
Whoa.
she would be.
Okay,
Get 3
so I
failed
can't
saves first.
electrocute him then because.
I mean, you can. You just have to heal me again after. Right?
well, I
Do I
don't.
got one more jolt in me, Christiana?
Hop over.
Not 3d10 worth of lightning damage. You don't. God. Okay.
Frankly, literally, you can just kill her, and then she will have time enough for you to get back to her again.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
It's like the last time Archie went under fighting the bullet.
Yeah.
There's a little bit
Okay.
of tactical, like, well, let's see. We can let him go unconscious again. And have 2 more rounds before.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of that, then, if I use Shatter, I can center that on a specific point with a 10-foot radius, and she should be
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna do that instead.
Okay.
I'm gonna shatter him.
Makes a Constitution saving throw, correct?
Yes.
That's a 23.
Okay, hold on. Let me roll my 3d8. Well, that wasn't very much at all. Okay, so 4. So he takes 2.
Wow. Okay.
Yikes. I was just so concerned with making sure Amethyst was okay that it just didn't really work very well. Sorry.
Well, thank you. I feel the love.
Now
I'm
get
alive
out.
again. Literally, I feel the love. Thank you.
All right. That makes it Eagle 2's turn. Are you going to have your eagles do anything?
Can the eagle save her?
I'm gonna have.
Is that a concentration spell?
Yes, I think it is. That means
Oh,
that when you went
probably, yeah.
unconscious, they would have disappeared. Thank you, Mark.
Sorry.
No, it's
Death
all
is
about. No, I'm all about
problematic.
rules, man. It is problematic.
Yeah. Okay, so, well, if they're gone, then it's not their turn. It is Andrew's turn. She's gonna jump down and try to pull you, make an athletics check of her own to break the grapple.
How did I end up there?
I don't know. You were actually down there.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe when you move the other lightning dude.
Maybe. I didn't know if I took a flying leap that I forgot about.
Unfortunately, so she is pulling at this tendril, trying to break you free, but is not able to do so. Amethyst. It's Andrew's turn. Archie, you're up.
Archie is going to take a gamble. He's going to cast haste upon himself
Okay.
and charge Zorath. But he doesn't have an action to attack, so he's gonna wait.
Just gonna basically get in close. And he's doing that thing in Phantom Menace where Darth Maul is like pacing back and forth behind the force field, like, oh, just you wait. As soon as this is,
Here we go.
yeah.
Here we go.
All right, Amethyst, is your turn. You are grappled. You have no more wild shapes left. That trick
Right.
is used up.
So I'm grappled.
Athletics or acrobatics can try to break the grapple.
Or I can cast a spell. Oh no, I gotta get confident. They really want to throw shit at him. Let me try and do the athletics thing.
Okay.
I just realized. Is that strength?
Athletics is strength. Acrobatics is dexterity.
Did you use your bracers when he grabbed you?
I didn't remember until it had moved on, so...
I don't remember exactly. I don't think that's an
No.
unlimited usage item. I don't remember for sure.
So I'm going to use the acrobatics.
I think it might be more than once per day, but I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. Acrobatics?
Yeah, that's a 22.
Okay, and then it's contested against his strength. So let's see. Oh, yeah. So you were able to break free of the grapple, but that is your action.
Right.
But you are
Okay.
no longer grappled.
So I want to back away, because I know all these casters love to throw things.
I mean, if you back away, he gets an opportunity attack.
Nope, I'm staying right where I'm at.
Alright.
That did not work well for me
You're
last
good.
time.
You're good.
Alaric.
So, she's free of the tentacle
Yeah.
and just standing there. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to run through and shove her away and stand in her spot.
Okay. Like, you're squeezing through to try to
Oh,
intersperse.
Yep.
all these
Okay.
big damn heroes of legend.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. Okay. All right. I think pushing through and I'm going to say you're essentially using your action to take a disengage action on her behalf, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, that's your action, is to get her out of immediate melee range of this thing without it being able to attack her.
That works for me. And Actually, there's not really much place that I can go. So I'm going to stay there. I can take a hit or two.
All right. Okay. It is Zorath's turn again. Once again, these tendrils. You guys seen the thing? All right. Wait. So where's my fucking die? Okay, only 2 tendrils this time. But another one is because it definitely wants Amethyst. I think. I'm trying to decide if you actually give her cover. I don't think you really. She doesn't have actual cover behind you. I don't think she.
Maybe for being so short.
So one is going for you, Nira, and another for Amethyst. So Nira, then Amethyst in that order. That's a crit on you, Nira, but the tendril itself doesn't do any damage. It just grapples you.
So that means no Wrath of the Storm.
Yeah. Well,
It's a melee attack. It doesn't say.
But you didn't take damage. It seems plausible to me that it would work. So I'll let
when
you
a
do it.
creature hits me with an attack.
Yeah, I'll say that works. Yeah.
Okay.
It's grappling you, but
So I can use Wrath of the Storm.
yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah. Okay. So that is 2d8 lightning.
Ow.
And if I do lightning damage, it has the channel divinity thing, right? So I roll 2 damage.
Woohoo!
All right. So it takes 2 damage.
What is?
And what I'll say is that the pushback effect, what I'll have that mean is that you have an opportunity to make a throw to break the grapple right now. It doesn't break it automatically.
Okay.
So you
That is-
make a athletics or acrobatics.
Ugh, I don't think that's gonna do it. Athletics is like 10.
No, unfortunately, you are still grappled.
Yeah.
Now, Amethyst, the one that's going after you, that is, that's a 21. Re-grappled. And then the tendrils pull you back in. And then the slam attack, how many is it again?
Oh god, this is gonna suck, y'all.
Gets another 4 slam attacks. And at advantage. And Amethyst, it's slamming you. That's a crit. That's 23 for that first one, so you'd be out again.
Yeah. Yep.
Another attack. I had automatic crit because you're unconscious. It's another 2 death saving throws.
This is not good.
And that's another one. Amethyst. Your heart stops as this thing beats you.
So you guys have to save me because I can bring her back tomorrow. I can't do it today.
As it detects that it has finished the job on Amethyst, you get one. You get 1 slam attack, Nira. That's a 16.
And my armor class is 17.
Well, then it is not able to hurt you with that slam attack. It glances off your shoulder, but as you look and as it releases and you see Amethyst's body limp, all of a sudden disappears.
What the hell?
Where'd it go? Is it coming back?
Maybe not today. I don't think we've seen the last of that thing.
Andre's kneeling over Amethyst and saying, "Wake up! Wake up!" But
Yeah, I would charge towards her and try to lay on hands. And
it doesn't take.
What's wrong?
She's gone.
She's right there. Nira?
There's nothing I can do for her right now.
What do you mean right now?
I don't have the energy right now to save her.
How soon?
Tomorrow.
Is that gonna be okay?
I don't know. I've never tried it before.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta get somewhere safe. Hold up until tomorrow. Haruki, help me carry her out of this place.
Yeah.
Hey Viv, you still there with us?
No,
Dead.
we haven't killed Viv in real life, have we?
No, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. So
Nira
because
is just simmering.
as the rest of you are carefully, carrying Amethyst and trying to lift her up out of this sinkhole, Amethyst, you find yourself suddenly above your body, looking down at your friends as they fret over you, but you realize that you're now separated from your body and you're drifting upward, the world seeming to grow indistinct and hazy, and you find that gradually your vision clouds until what you're seeing is sort of an endless silvery ocean beneath a cloudless gray sky. And then you hear a voice. Nothing personal. I just needed a ride. And then the rest of you watch as Amethyst opens her eyes and wakes up.
Well,
Do you guys have some skills that I don't know about?
Amethyst, you're awake.
Yes, I
You're
don't
back,
know about
you're
them
back
too.
on the ground with your friends.
Like it's me, it's not Zora?
It's you.
So I'm gonna kneel down and I'm gonna check her and like she has a pulse and that I'm gonna look in her eyes and say,
gonna do these.
if
Yeah.
you're not possessed by
how many
anything.
fingers am I holding up?
Yeah.
How many fingers?
She's still really hurt. She's not at great shape. You basically consider yourself at 1 hit point. Amethyst.
Let me see what that one does.
Help, please.
Working on
I
it.
can do my lay on hands again and do.
I pull out a potion.
45 hit points available.
I pull out a potion, then immediately put it back, realizing it's the fake healing potion that we got.
So how many are down?
How many am I down? I'm at 1.
All of them.
So my new HP
cure up to
is 75. Yeah, my full is 75. So that
I
would
can
give
give
me
you 45.
Might be the second toughest behind Haruki.
I give you 45 back.
Thank you.
My spells go. Find it. I was looking to see what Lesser Restoration did and just can't find it. Why?
It's for like afflictions and
Yeah.
You guys have climbed. You all climbed out of the hole by the time you all this was happening.
So Zora said nothing personal. I just needed a ride.
That's what he said.
A ride to where?
Well, I didn't get to ask. Everywhere.
I mean, others are going to come for you for rides.
Oh God. Oh.
Okay, so you're still down hit points?
Yeah, like 30.
Okay, well, I'll cast Prayer of Healing. It's a 10-minute thing. 2d8 plus.
I'm gonna keep watch.
All
If I see any more sparklies.
So
You don't see any more
plus
sparklies.
3, 16. So anybody that was down hit points, give yourself 16.
Sweet.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm up to 62. I'm good. What the hell happened?
The as you're kind of having this discussion, you suddenly hear sort of a scrambling in the dirt behind you, and you look over, and climbing out of the sinkhole is the now once again solid, normal physical form of Zorath.
Oh hell no!
He turns and looks over his shoulder, whispers something, and then vanishes.
Ah! Who the
I'm gonna
hell was
kill
that?
him. I'm gonna kill him for real this time.
Who the hell was that?
All right, I think that's probably a good time to call it for tonight.
Well, I'm gonna go have a drink.
I was just gonna
Maybe
say, I hope
more.
that wasn't too traumatic for you.
That was effing traumatizing, guys. That was like highly upsetting. I died basically twice.
that was a
And
tough
saw a
encounter,
silver
no
sea of
question.
eternity. Jesus Christ. Wow. Well, I knew I was risking a lot by changing out of the eagle shape when I was down health, but I really wanted to cast Blight, and I got a lot of damage on him, so I can't be bitter because I
Yeah.
hurt him.
It was.
That was
I mean,
epic.
there was a couple of ways that all could have gone, and it was close. It was a
Yeah.
nail biter behind the, on the notepad as well. But so that will do it for this time. Thank you guys for playing, and thank you,
Yay.
Mother Dragons in the chat. We saw also, let's see, Kensei 20's in there. Yay! Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back not next week because next week is Valentine's Day. And then I think we might try to play on the 21st, but I think Mark won't be able to join us that week, so maybe we'll see if we do a normal episode or maybe something special.
More floating in space over Silver.
Well, I think Alaric had a plan to hide in the shadows in Gorn, so perhaps.
That's gonna go wander off anyway.
All right, so I think we'll say goodnight, everybody.
Can I
and we'll be...
Can I just say really
Oh.
quick that if I had inspirations to give, I would give one to each of you, because tonight each one of you guys like stepped out of your like normal and like came to rescue me. Like Andre does it every damn week, but thanks you guys. 'Cause that was like I'm literally over here going shit, but you guys are all like pulling for me, and that felt really
There was
good.
some great play from all of you guys this time. I honestly, that confusion spell, you have
Oh, yeah.
no idea. Like, just tactically, like, that was really clutch for you guys. I mean, because you saw what Zorath was able to do when he was
Yeah.
finally able to attack. You
Yeah.
basically kept him from doing that for 2 full rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, and we got
that's
the
big.
lightning dudes down too while that happened, so it was
Yeah.
just his ass.
Yeah.
And nobody suffocated, which I'm very happy for.
Yeah. Hey.
And yes, Alaric is indeed a hero of legend. If there was any doubt, then tonight, when you pushed me out of the way to take the damage, you proved it.
I wish it worked.
It worked for me. It was awesome.
You guys have a terrible healer. A healer who did not want to be a healer.
But we've embraced it, and we have other heals, so it's good. Teamwork,
Technically, I'm the only one who's not a healer.
right? The balance we strike.
Well, you need a martyr in every group, so.
Incidentally, in the chat earlier, we have in order from Mother Dragon. Dang. Ouch. No. Now that's role playing. And then next week, the search for Spock.
I miss you, Paulette.
So, all right, for real now. Good night, everybody. We'll be back for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.